vampire and demon battle is like a 3-part battle.
Sorry about that. My camera, I mean not my camera, my microphone had reset itself when I switched over. Everybody is unmuted now. Welcome everybody. If I sound different, it's because I am sick. And so but I love D&D more than my own personal health. So we're here and we're queer, get used to it. For those of you who don't know, my name is City. I'm everybody's favorite Death Knight and the DM of Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. We're going to go around the table and have everybody do their introductions before we do a brief session recap, and we jump right in. As is tradition, this is the last week and a half that we're going to be doing our fundraiser for Trans Lifeline. So if you are interested, please go type in exclamation point charity to spell charity correctly. Type exclamation point charity and go to my Tilify. We are raising money for trans suicide prevention and support. Raised over $1,000 so far. You'll love to see it. Every little bit counts. All right, first up, we got the Yules, the Yuletide Gal. Yulia, that's you.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's eating probably.
He's been taken.
We're skipping Yulia. Next up, we got Fruling.
She's just gotten deleted or removed.
Oh no, her mic. Okay, we'll circle back while she figures that out.
It can be her turn to be last.
Hello. My name's Lily. I'm playing
That is actually how I sound in real life right now, by the way.
In order. I had to do you the honor.
Oh, there I am. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you can wait, Yulia. You've lost your turn. We've moved on past yours.
It's fair.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be playing characters. Yay. I'm a mess too. It's okay.
I'm so glad it cut me off. Like my mic started right before you did your introduction because I cackled like a monster.
All right, thank you, Lily. Next up, we got Jubilee.
Oh, so we are just straight up skipping Yulia. All right, cool.
We're gonna circle around. It's literally a circle. Chill out.
Certified W.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maris. I play Jubilee, the hot pink tiefling. Yeah, I am still on my rebranding hiatus, so enjoy my presence here on Obs's channel, playing this hot pink tiefling, and also occasionally on Licher's channel, playing other disaster buys as per the brand. And yeah, happy to be here. Welcome back to Ashes.
The best brand, disaster buy. Next up, thank you, Maris. Next up, we got Malrel.
Hi, I am Leech of the Bronze, and I'll be playing Malrel today. I will be the shield for everyone. I like to play Dungeons & Dragons a lot, and I was wanting to play one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games ever, but OBS said, fuck you, so I couldn't do that. I'm sorry for cursing, Ops.
Oh, yeah,
because now I'm just waiting for the next
update.
And now I'm just waiting for the next update on OBS that actually allows me to stream it properly, so I can actually do that. And may even have to even restart the whole game because the recordings were also fucked up. I looked at that.
You'll love to see it. You know, that's Litra over here. Next up, we have fucking Cess / fucking Sif. Let's go.
I finally did it. I have top billing over my cat girl sister. Let's go. Anyways, hi.
You admit you're a cat girl.
Anyways, hi. This is Sif.
Chat. We got him. I'd like to report that we got him.
This is Sif, who role plays as a cat girl. Again, Cess isn't real. The cat ears aren't real. They can come off entirely easily. All right. Anyways, hi. It's your boy Sif, Knight VTuber, living pseudo armor. Puts on cat girl ears against his better wishes because of his friends. I am the fucking Sif too, apparently. But yeah, hi. Art games, maybe FF14 this week. I keep promising people, but it's I got the FF15 car. I have to play that game more.
Thank you, Sif. Much appreciated. And then finally, last but not
Wait.
the least this time, we have Yulia.
This time.
Now it's me. Hi guys, I'm Yulia. I go by Royal Knight BT on both Twitch and Twitter. I play the other half of the Cat Girls. This one's a time wizard. Woo! And yeah, I play a lot of Skyrim. I'll get a more consistent schedule soon, but we're having a good time. So thanks so much for having me.
Thank you,
Wait,
Yulia.
I forgot one more important
Yes.
message. I love you guys tons. Send to the audience.
Thank you, Sif. Much appreciated. We love you too. All right, everybody. Previously on Eberron, Ashes of Last War, our plucky group of adventurers found themselves in part 2 of their beach episode adventures. They picked up with the great sandcastle competition between the 3 Smith characters, which ended in a net victory for Team Mal Rao Cleotrixia, partially because her mom was on the voting panel, so it was very doubtful she was ever going to lose. But everyone wanted to see the 10-year-old little snake girl win, so they won that. They then proceeded to have a sisterly volleyball match wherein they became team captains between Magnolia and Jubilee, picking the various NPCs and members of the party to square up. In the end, Team Magnolia triumphed because of a net better set of dice rolls than Team Jubilee, even
Gosh,
though the nerd characters actually held their own pretty strong in that. But you know, it was a good wholesome match. Fru then proceeded to have a heart-to-heart with Paige, talking about love and romance and her relationship with Sylvana, and maybe there is more there than meets the eye. Transformers, as Mal Ral began chatting up Cryotrixia and Hecate, trying to get to know them better, learning about their feelings, as well as potentially opening up some access for him to hang out with Cleotrixia, since all of his family and children were killed during the morning. He thought that being able to be a dad again was pretty cool. So Cryotrixia has given him a reluctant and supervised visitation right to her daughter. And then the sun started to set, and the party began as Larissa started singing and dancing. Cess and Jubilee went off onto one part of the beach and connected and discussed some of the nature of their feelings before they decided to sit on down and finally do the big smooch, as we call it. And then simultaneously, Sylvana and Paige went on to a nearby cliff during sunset and also discussed their feelings and connected. And after 20 sessions, finally opened up about their true feelings towards each other, and they also smooched. And in that moment, Paige was Sylvana's anchor in time and space, and it was very cute. And everybody returned, and they danced and played with each other before wrapping up the night and returning home the next day. And with that, we will pick up back at the house where previously Cess found out that her gooey suit of armor that makes spikes is also kind of intelligent and kind of weird and talks, but not when anybody is looking, just to make Cess look crazy. And so one last note to end officially the beach trip before you guys get your next quest. Jubilee, as everybody is kind of tapering away, Magnolia is going to approach you and kind of give you a little smug look. Goes, well, that was a lot of fun, Juby.
It was a lot of fun. Defeat and all.
I like to say that maybe you've just gotten a little too used to your too used to your surroundings right here in this mansion. Maybe things are getting a little soft. You need to get some real hard training in.
Maybe, but I prefer to think of it as you've gotten a whole lot better.
Oh, Juby, you're gonna make me blush.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm glad you had fun, Maggie. And thank you for taking up this invitation to come hang out. It was nice.
Yeah, it was good to see you again, Juby. You know, it's been kind of strange not being around you all the time anymore, but it's refreshing to get a chance to just be able to hang out with you, not as all the other baggage and burdens, but I guess kind of as equals.
Yeah. Yeah. And look at you. You've now got your own job and position and gonna make your own name for yourself. It's exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it goes over well and I do Daddy proud.
I know you will. But if I can offer any sort of advice, do better than I did. But if you make mistakes and something goes wrong, well, sometimes mistakes just open doors you didn't consider before, and it'll turn out all right.
She gives you a big smile and goes in to hug you.
Get on my tippy toes and hug her back.
Well, I'll do my best, and I hope to do my perfect big sister proud.
I know you will, Maggie. You'll do all right.
Well, I gotta get on that train. I only was able to convince them to take an airship here because of the primary importance of the endeavor, but unfortunately, I have to take the old train back to Sean to get to meet my captain.
Well, take care on the trip, and if you see Mama and Daddy and Oriana before I do, let them know I love them and send them my love.
Of course, and next time I see you, I hope you're ready for me to get a nice 2-0 score against you.
Oh, we'll see about that. I'm gonna come back swinging. Just you wait.
All right, Juby. Stay safe and know that we all love you and we all are with you, even if we ain't with you.
Thank you, Maggie. Now get on out of here before I get emotional.
I know, might smear your makeup. And with that, Magnolia, kind of just picks up her stuff and starts heading back to the foreign concession of Grey Wall. And you guys
Pick up Prince and have him like wave his little paws.
he waves a little paw. He's got a little lighter since returning from the Ravamons, but still a hefty lad. But yeah, as you guys resettle back into your domicile, shortly thereafter, like within a matter of days, you guys actually receive a letter, not an arcanogram, but a letter, which is addressed to you guys on behalf of the United Houses Directorate, and it is a contract proposal. And this is being brought to you by the Houses of Shadow. So for those of you who don't know, there is a dragon mark in Eberron, which is the Shadow mark, which only appears in elves. The problem was they had a bit of a civil war over it, and so the House of Shadow, the dragon marked house in charge of basically dancing, courtesan stuff, spycraft, and assassination, splintered into two different rival houses. But this is actually addressed on behalf of both House Fjarlin and House Thorani. And it is a retrieval quest and they're asking to meet you, or for you to meet them at the Villainous Grove tomorrow at dawn for finalization of the details. You will be paid 750 gold each.
Malrail goes ahead and he picks up the letter and brings it over to Jubilee. Hey, boss, looks like we got another job. It looks like an interesting one from one of them sneaky houses.
Do we now? And she'll, read over it and read it out loud to the group what the job entails and just say, that's interesting that it's both factions. I don't know how common that is, but seems
Like
important.
Yeah.
I hope
Especially
they
if
don't need
it's
us to be
both of
sneaky
them.
about it. I'm not the quietest person.
Well, it doesn't say anything about sneakiness, but I imagine they'll fill us in on more details later.
Is there
Are
a
we
time
going
to
to take
meet
it?
up?
What's that page?
Oh, is there a time they want us? I assume right away.
Tomorrow at dawn, so bright and early.
How are we meeting them?
It says, meet them at the Villainous Grove. You know, the place where you met the Dryads.
Oh, okay. I guess we just head over there the same way as the last time.
Well, even if the most of you are not exactly the sneakiest of people, despite the white fabric, I have a knack for these kind of things.
Maybe we should bring a shard along, or maybe Larissa. They can get a bird's eye view. Pretty quiet from the air, right?
Paige will be silently just squeezing Sylvana's hand a little bit.
No, don't make us feel bad.
Don't guilt him like that. She squeezes your hand back and
It's a
nuzzles against
process.
you, but not in a guilty way.
Well, in terms of people, this house, you said it seems to have something to do with the Fae, or something like that? Or just we may want somebody else that can, or that is a little bit more monstrous.
Experienced.
No, monstrous. I like that word.
Monstrous.
The Fae is very strange. That's what they like.
You think they'll if we ask nicely, you think they'll give us back a taste for cookies? Looks over at Paige and Juby.
Oh, God, that'd be nice. And tea, too. I haven't had a proper cup of tea in so long.
Well, you
Wait,
two really
You guys don't like cookies?
Not well. Once you have the best tasting cookie of your life, every other cookie kind of tastes like dust.
You really fell for it there, didn't you, as the Fae food?
Well,
Everything tastes like dust to me. Or rather, ash.
Is that what it was? Fae food?
Yeah.
it must have been because,
Fae food, Fae
Alright.
food is tricksy, just like us.
yeah.
So are we bringing the... are we bringing a Sharn? Changelings are Fae, aren't they? Or are we bringing Larissa?
Actually, I was thinking, not because I'm totally awkward or anything around a shine, but maybe we could bring in Larissa. Malral, you weren't around for this, but during the human trafficking incident that was our first quest, Larissa was one of the people trafficked, and so these kids from the Grove, so might just work. I'm
Oh.
totally not reaching, See, Fru's agreeing with me. See.
That's fine,
Are
but did
a
something
Sharn and
happen?
a Larissa down here with us?
Oh, you want Larissa down there with you?
I
A
assume
Sharn and
we're
Larissa.
doing
I just want to
breakfast.
ask
Yeah,
their
I don't
opinions
know
on the
how
job.
many of your companions you want a part of this meeting or anything. We know apparently Sylvana's there holding hands and being gay with Paige. But...
I just want to get
Table.
Larissa-
They're
some.
holding. They're
I wanna
holding hands
ask-
under the table.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
want
not
to ask
noticeable.
Sharon and Larissa their opinions on whether they want to go on the job or not.
Yeah, Asharin is gonna do the very standard Asharin response of, "If you want me to be there, I'll be there." And
Well,
Um,
glad to hear it, but do you think your skills could come in handy on this job from the sounds of it?
Well, based on the vague description of what you'd be required to do, I don't know if my skills would be incredibly useful or entirely pointless.
And it looks over at Larissa.
Like, sure, I'm down for like whatever. The last time you guys like brought me along for anything was when I first met you, so like,
Larissa, do you speak Sylvan?
Let me check my character sheet.
She pulls out like her adventurer's license.
I don't remember.
You can
It's
read.
never come up as a question.
Well, I don't know.
The answer is probably no, because I made it a homebrew race. So.
My thought was
I don't
having
know
somebody
about-
that. Go ahead, JB. We're moving on.
I don't know about Sylvan, but I mean, I was able to communicate with them last time we spoke to them.
That's good.
And
And
if
you
I
got
have some
that-
time, I'm technically able to understand and comprehend their language.
Well, that would be fabulous. Sylvan may be a language that is shared, but I mean, I believe I've made my point, and that's a fair of strange folk. You never know what you'll need.
I never get along with them. They don't like iron.
I like iron.
Is that a
Good.
thing?
Well, last time I ran into a Fae, I showed them a cool, solid iron sword that I had made, which is like really difficult because cold iron's really rare. And they kind of just like hissed at it and said like, get it away from them.
So, fun fact, cold iron is both a thing and like not a thing. Because it's actually originally derived from just the idea that iron is in fact cold and is a very much a grounded thing in reality, but it has been adapted to be this belief that there is some kind of like pseudo magical substance.
Oh,
God damn it, Larissa.
Larissa has definitely been hanging with the crafting trio a bit too
Huh.
long.
I did not know that. Thank you, Larissa.
Oh yeah, I heard about it
Interesting.
from some guy I hooked up with one night.
Oh, okay.
He was
his
very
idea of
thorough, wasn't he?
foreplay Just like
that
was
that
that-
was your pillow talk.
Oh,
I was
trust
just
me, he
talking
would
about-
not shut up until I made him.
Oh. Anyway, we taking
this
this
nobody?
job or
750 gold is a lot, and I don't see any other job offers around. What do you guys think?
Let's do it. Of
Yeah,
course.
a lot
sure,
of
got nothing better
gold.
to do. This seems pretty short. I'm gonna be real. They're not. This is a letter. They're not like arcanogramming us or making us walk through an endless hallway. Like this will be in and out, easy, quick job.
all
Looking
right.
forward to stepping back
Little
into
did
the
they know.
Feywilds a little bit.
All right, so I guess we'll just head over to the Grove, bright and early.
And Larissa, I guess you're coming with us because you have a strange amount of pillow talk knowledge about this subject.
Oh yeah, I can tell you about the other things he said too, but I don't know if some of you might get a little uncomfortable.
Right, maybe not at the breakfast table.
Well, the breakfast table was involved in ways that you would not immediately assume.
Lily, can I get a second cup of coffee, please?
Yeah, Larissa, if you gotta get that out, we can talk later. Okay.
But yeah, so you guys can bring Larissa along if you want. And
You should write all this
finally.
down. I hear those books are popular.
But yeah, is there anything you want to do the night before, as you chillax before heading out to the Lannis Grove?
The whole Larissa smithing video essay.
Something was getting pounded, that's for sure.
Oh my god!
All right, bestie, go do your Sylvana makeout RP. We know you want to.
How did you know? Yeah,
Like-
so probably the
Oh,
night
what was being pounded? Was it gold, iron, silver? Just like constantly.
the
oblivious.
night before they leave. It's probably going to be later on that night.
Okay.
she's gonna be in the bed with Sylvana and
Heyo.
just kind of
Hey
Continue.
yo!
Continue.
sleeping together. They've been sleeping
I know,
together.
they've been sleeping together this entire campaign.
Not
Continue.
obsessed though.
And just kind of holding her hand and like using another index finger to just kind of like caress her cheek a little bit. She's like overflowing with these like fresh new
Yeah.
like newlywed feelings.
Mhm.
But her ears are kind of pulled back a little bit, and I'm really sorry that I'm gonna be leaving so soon. But I promise I'll be back, and this time I'll even try to get you a little gift.
Savannah kind of gives you a little smile as she, kind of strokes one of your ears and goes, I understand. You know that I will, of course, miss being by your side and being able to hold you and protect you, but I understand, and I'm going to look forward to the day and the moment that I can see you again, and I, of course, would love any gift that you could give me, but you should know that you don't need to give me anything. And she'll lean in and give Paige a kiss and say, as she looks in her eyes, be like, the greatest gift you can give me is simply coming home.
I'll promise, but are you sure you're gonna be okay? I know last time wasn't so easy for you, and she's just kind of nuzzling her nose up against Sylvana's and kind of talking really low.
Yeah, and she'll nuzzle back and go, the last time was very hard for a number of reasons, but I feel like I'm in a different place now than I was then. Not just in a purely literal sense, as she kind of gestures to being in the bed with you. And I feel that I can, harass Kai Shen, for example. I'm sure that he will be missing Jubilee while she's gone, and I can work on some of the projects that I've been meaning to address, and perhaps making something for you. Who knows? I'm a wild card.
You're right. You always tend to surprise me, and I'm really happy. But I will miss you and try to come back as soon as I can. So just wait for me.
She'll pull you in and squeeze you tight, and um, she'll, as she's holding you, she'll kiss your forehead and, whisper into your ear, and it's, I cannot wait for your return. And if anything happens, I will journey across the plains to bring you home.
Pull back just a second and kiss her on the lips before nuzzling back in. She'll just continue to snuggle for the rest of the night.
All right. And they will snuggle adorably the rest of the evening. Anyone else want to do anything the night before?
I think really quick,
Okay.
Juby is going to want to have a quick word with Fru.
Mm.
Privately, so probably either like in their room, or if they have like the training grounds to themselves, that sort of situation, wherever it
Yeah.
occurs.
I would say if we're like already like decently deep into the night, Fru is probably in their room, kind of just double checking all the mechanisms to their weapons.
Yeah, so Juby will, approach your door, knock, wait for a response.
Come on in.
Feels very awkward about opening the door herself without being like technically invited in. But she'll walk in and just kind of poke in and say, can I have a quick word?
Of course. What is it that you need?
Shuts the door behind her. Um, I, it's just that regarding this job, well, I wasn't wholly honest before when you asked about, people speaking Sylvan. I do speak Sylvan. So I know that can be helpful. Um, I just I felt a little strange saying it in front of everybody else because I haven't always known Sylvan. Um, I only realized that I could once I started, doing my art with Kai Shan, and I realized I was writing in a language I've previously thought I didn't know. And I thought the others might find that unsettling.
They're gonna go ahead and just kind of like release the trigger of like one of the crossbows, and it pings into the wall across and you notice that there's like at least like 20 of them. The wall is torn to pieces, like at least like the one plank of it. They'll kind of stand up and walk over and grab the bolts out of it, and then just look over at you, say, sort of like how your features have changed over time.
I imagine there is reason to suspect correlation, yes.
And this worries you.
No, it doesn't worry me per se. I worry everyone else will worry.
You are afraid that other people will be concerned by changes or think that you lied to them in some sort of way. I know you spoke about how the lack of anyone speaking Sylvan, for the first job.
Well, I know that I'm changing, but I don't want people to stop seeing me. That's all.
Even if you physically change, you're still you deep down. You do know that.
I do know that. I guess a part of me just worries
You think it's changing more than that?
maybe a little.
I'm gonna walk over to Juby and kind of like bend over a little bit and look directly into their eyes. And they're just like they're like full like cat's eyes essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are one blue and one green cat's eyes.
I'm like right up in your face, I just want to add. Just kind of stare at them and just be. Now I don't exactly know how these sort of things work. And while a deal or an exchange with the Fae can certainly have some unintended consequences, if you still feel like you're being yourself and still in very much control of yourself, then, not all deals with the Fae are bad. Just because someone is labeled as being tricksy or harmful, you have no reason to think that that is necessarily what is going on with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at me. I am Fae. Do you think that I am necessarily automatically tricksy?
She'll
just think
kind of cork a little smile and be like, I don't know. I don't think you've been particularly forthcoming in the time I've known you.
you're not wrong. But it is not the fact that I am Fey that causes you to not trust me. It is who I am.
For what it's worth, Fru. And that you might say this is a mistake, but I do trust you.
And I trust you too, Jubilee. I know that you do not wish to necessarily unfearing take up the mantle of leader of our little merry band, but I think we all know that you're looking out for us. Whether that be yanking us across the battlefield to get us out of danger, or just being there for people when they need it. You do a good job.
Thank you. That means a lot. And it's not that I don't want to be a leader or anything. It's just it's a lot of responsibility. And I want to make sure everyone's okay. That's my first priority.
Good goal.
Yeah.
Do you feel any better?
A little. Feels good being honest, I guess, about all this. I know that maybe the others might not understand, but I know you do. So,
Thank you. You ever used one of these? They'll hold out the heavy crossbow.
no, I can't say that I have. Daddy always said it's kind of cowardly to fight someone from a distance, so.
Oh, agree to disagree, but here. So they're gonna hand you the crossbow.
Oh, it is heavier than I expected.
Hmm?
And all you do is just aim and shoot?
Aim and shoot. You do know how. I'm sure you're natural at aiming, but what I wanted to say is when you pull that trigger and you feel the tension release, it is liberating in a way. The power that it holds, just with this one little string.
Hmm.
And they'll like beckon you to try it against the same spot that they fire against.
Oh boy, is this really what the first roll of the night's gonna be?
No, you don't have to roll for this. You do not.
Yeah, I'll say that she'll try to take a shot and it goes really wide. It just like boop, right in the ceiling.
Oh, we don't want to have Lily cleaning that up, but we'll
Oh.
get to it. We'll get to it.
Ah. Mm.
I always try and keep it in one place just to make sure that it's uniform.
Oh, geez. Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. What I wanted to make clear to you there is find ways to release your stress. This is one way that I do.
I feel like a lot of people have been telling me that recently. But it's all been good advice, For you, it's training, and Kashan, it's art, and Sess, it's a night on the town, and
Well,
you've all helped me.
stress can be a healthy thing as well. Everybody calls it negative, but some level of stress causes you to perform better. Don't shy away. Just feel the tension and feel the release.
Mm. Thank you, Fru. I'll let you get that bolt back. I don't think I can reach that.
Oh, I have it. Don't worry.
I'm Thanks for listening, as always.
Of course. Look forward to tomorrow.
And she'll leave Fru's room, and she'll make another bold move and go over to Sess's room and ask for some night cuddles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If Sess is there.
At my room, right? Sorry, I zoned out
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit. Yeah, it's late, right? So I'm assuming Sez would have gone to bed, but would have woken up from the knocking.
Uh,
Hey,
oh, I'm sorry. Were you sleeping?
yeah, it's an early morning thing, so I didn't want to, miss out on sleep. What's up?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, come in.
Okay, okay.
If you're bothering me this late, it might be important.
Uh, it was not important, actually.
Oh,
I just wondered if you wanted some company tonight. That's all.
still
But
feels important.
but you were already asleep, so I don't.
Did you just want company to sleep with?
If that's okay.
Come on in. Did you bring? Wait, out of character. I'm assuming everyone's in their PJs, right? Because it's late.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just come on in, all right. Hold on. Let me just. And she's been sleeping with her jacket to give it warmth, so she's gonna slowly move it to the side of the bed and get in bed and just pat the spot next to her.
It's gonna wrinkle if you just kind of lay it wherever.
He likes being in the bed, or they like being in the bed.
Right.
Did you bring Prince with you?
He kind of pokes his head from around her legs. Yeah, yeah. Again, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. He can sleep in the jacket if he wants.
Oh, uh, Prince, what do you think?
Prince is going to avoid the jacket.
Oh,
I just wanted to see.
I don't think he likes the texture. He's kind of fussy.
That's fine. He can just sleep between us.
All right.
I'm on in, assuming Says is dead tired, so she's just gonna without even thinking about it, toss the blanket over Juby and then just hug her with Prince between them and just immediately fall asleep.
Oh, I'll give your ears a little scritch as you're sleeping and just smile and drift off to sleep too.
All right. As everybody cuddles and heads to bed, the next day approaches. Y'all suit up, get your gear, get your bimbo harpy, and you hit the old dusty trail. It's about a 20-minute.
Wait,
yes.
Obs. I do
Yes.
want to do one thing real quick. We don't have to RP it, but Says is just gonna quickly ask Sylvana to look into the Delvira armory stuff a bit more for her, and then give her a little head nuzzle before they head out.
Okay.
That's it. All right, cool.
Will do. So yeah, and you guys, it's about a 20-minute walk to get to the Thalanis Grove. When you arrive, standing at the edge of the grove are two immaculately dressed elves. One of them is tall and well built, probably about 6'4", wearing a red beret with red hair, green eyes, a big walking cane, and very form-fitting noble attire. And he's giving a big smile, and standing next to him is she's probably about 5'6", very pale skin, blue-eyed. Her dress is seemingly made of the most delicately woven white silk, and she has a kind of a white veil over her eyes, as she is also holding a kind of it very much is she's wearing kind of a gothic Lolita outfit. And she's got a kind of like a parasol cane. And they both give you big smiles as you approach.
Hey,
I think we should let the points at free. I think we should let the Sylvan speaker do the talking.
By the
maybe.
way, Prince is here. Prince flew behind you guys here.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and speak up in Sylvan
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of say like, just kind of like welcoming them. But I was just kind of very formally like, it is very good to see you this evening. On behalf of Rose Gold, I wanted to make sure that you were welcomed by our best. Who do we have the pleasure of talking to?
They give you a big smile as you speak in Sylvan, and then the male will bow as the female curtsies, and the male will start off by saying, in common for everyone to hear. Well, we appreciate your efforts to speak Sylvan. It is not necessary at this juncture. You may call me Rue de Fiarion, and this is my companion. And she chimes in. She goes, I'm. You can refer to me as Etheria di Tharani. It is an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Rose Gold.
Fru does a full bow.
It's a
Nice to
pleasure to
meet
meet
you.
you. Yes.
Rue will stand back up and goes, well, you've received our initial proposal. I, at this point, would be delighted to be intrigued if you wish to know more, or if you just wish to sign on and get the payment.
I think it would be nice to have a little more detail as to what exactly is required from us.
Oh, it is simple then. We are requiring you to retrieve a Fey artifact for us, known as the Clarion's Call. It is currently fallen into the hands of ne'er-do-wells, and we need it retrieved, and so we thought that you would be perfectly suited for it.
I see.
Where is it?
In Thalanis.
Do
Gesundheit.
do I know where that is?
Make a religion check, / everyone else can make arcana checks. Rue will know this regardless.
Easy.
Yeah.
I don't have to roll. I'm not good at any of those.
You said religion?
Yes. Or arcana, if you have it, I guess.
Juby got a 22.
They're both -1.
Okay, well,
but I
you
got a
rolled
natural
at
20.
So,
Oh, I don't know why mine rolled twice.
yeah, Juby and Mal Rao know that Thalanis is basically the Feywilds. Paige, you know that you've heard of it as a plane, but you don't remember which.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
see.
then Fru obviously knows what the Feywilds are called.
I see. And how exactly do you suggest we get there?
Oh, that's simple. We'll make a portal for you.
Ah, of course. And I imagine the same for the way back?
We will not be the ones enabling the portal on the way back, but you will be able to safely return once you've completed it.
Excellent. And
Well, how would we go about returning if you were not the ones to open the portal initially?
Oh, you will come into contact with somebody who will be able to open a portal for you.
And is there anything that we should know about this item in particular? Any special certain abilities we should be aware of?
Very likely in the hands of you. Well, yes, in the hands of you at least, it should be nothing more than simply another Fey artifact, but to those who are more capable of using its secrets, then we'll be able to use it for furthering our own purposes. So you shouldn't be concerned about any risks, either to your physical or to your perhaps spiritual forms. And you notice they all kind of just kind of chime in one after another as they talk. Like they're sharing the
okay.
same brain cells, basically.
You said it was
Weird.
taken by ne'er-do-wells. Is this going to be in the Feywilds, or is this going to be like in a proper city? Are we going to need a camp or anything?
Oh, you shouldn't need to camp. It should be a comparatively short distance. Yes, it should be fairly obvious when you arrive where to go, and we will ensure that you have a suitable a guide to take you along.
That would be fabulous.
So, do we have your agreement? Do you all wish to embark upon this endeavor for us?
Well, gang,
I must say, just to get it out in the open, while the Feywild does feel like home, it is not home. However, I do know a decent bit about it, so I will do my best to assist along the way with any inquiries that you would have.
That would
But yes,
probably be very, yeah, appreciated. It still seems very vague to me, but I guess if everyone else is okay with it.
they're describing what sounds like an easy job. Now, was they ever truly easy jobs?
I was
Perhaps.
about to say, our easy jobs usually comes with some sort of surprise, but at least if we're expecting it, it won't be a total surprise.
They'll be ready.
Hey, it's fine with me.
All right. Does everyone agree?
Yeah, there's no problems. It's a job. It pays gold. A weird Fey artifact I will not touch.
All right. If everyone agrees, you all feel a somewhat familiar shiver down your spine, and Rue and Etheria will hold up their scepters and canes, and they will gesture, and a large tear forms in reality between them. And they go, "Excellent. Please just follow us," and they proceed into the portal.
All
It's
right.
really, it's really that easy. Furry will just walk in, facing back towards the rest of the group.
Juby will pick up Prince, perch him on her shoulders, and go, well, here we go.
Are you
Follow
just gonna
through.
be glued to Sessa's side and walk together with her?
Yeah, we've gone through these before. I think, just not Fey ones.
Different every time.
We'll be fine, right? Besides, we got to get back home and see Sylvana and the rest. Yeah.
Oh, she kind of blushes a little. Yeah.
Says does not notice.
Yeah, as you go through, you all have the very sudden realization, this is kind of weird. We didn't get an arcanogram, and we didn't sign an NDA or anything before this. Huh.
As Malrail's about to step through, he just kind of rubs the back of his head, like, oh, I'm sure this will be fine. Was Fru still out?
No,
No,
Fruit
I
was
was
the
first
first
in.
one in.
Oh, okay. I was about to say age before beauty. And he'll walk in, the giant metal-clad dragon going to the Feywild. It'll be fine.
Yep. When you guys go through, you are assailed by a barrage of scents, odors, sounds, and surprisingly flavors. All of your senses are just getting assailed at once as you kind of blink through the portal, and you see a world that looks incredibly overgrown around you. There are, rainbow iridescent plants and vines wrapping around trees that stretch seemingly infinitely into the void, where it's only a canopy that you get beams of sunlight going through, which each of them is in turn tinged a rainbow kaleidoscope of color. You see shifting through shadows all manner of creatures that are difficult to describe other than combinations of plants animals and minerals all kind of smashed together in various almost insane chimeric ways. And they look at you making hooting and hollering and musical notes, as you will also see one tear into another and nothing but sparkles and dust comes out as it rips it piece by piece. And standing in front of you are two inhumanly beautiful figures, one of which is a tall elven male with long, flowing, some would say dripping red hair, and elaborate green tattoos of all kinds of Celtic signs wrapping around his face and chest, as he is wearing form-fitting leather armor, which has that same kind of rusty, wet red look to it, with inlaid fey designs and enormous hobnailed boots that go all the way up to his knees, and an enormous scythe in one hand that is dripping blood. And then next to him is a ethereally white woman with her hands are blackened frostbite that leads up to then fading into blue, being saturated in cold before flowing back into her porcelain white skin, almost as if they were gloves that end in rather talons than hands. She is wearing a dress made of carefully stacked snowflakes, one onto each other, that look like they will shatter at any moment, that reflect all of the light coming into them back out into the world. Her lips are half blue, half black, and the edges of her mouth appear to also be that same kind of frostbite look. She gives you a smile of razor sharp icicle teeth, and she has a massive scepter of immaculately carved icicle in one hand. And they look at you with their bright green cat's eyes and their bright blue cat's eyes, respectively. And Rue will gesture and goes, "Welcome to Thelanis."
Thanks.
Wow, it's a lot. Beautiful though.
Beautiful, dangerous, all that you would want in a place.
And tastes like really weird soap.
That's a first. I've never heard it described as soap.
Well, I mean, you guys got a bunch of weird tastes on the way in here, yeah? Not just me.
No, not just you.
Yeah, it's a combination of, like, it's so hard to narrow down a single flavor, but it is the kind of thing of like earth and grass mixed with rose petals, mixed with decaying flesh, and mixed with kind of like the, the sickly aroma of mushrooms all combined into one.
Ugh.
I step through this every time I go through my little portals. Just like I'm used to.
Now, I'm sure you have additional questions at this point.
Might I ask which court it is that this would be associated with? I assume this isn't just some ne'er-do-well stealing a prized object. Has to have come at least taken by a court or
They look at
acquired.
They look at each other for a moment, and they give those big, Cheshire-wide smiles, which is incredibly unsettling on their elven faces because it stretches them in ways that normal people's faces do not go. And Rue will pick up and goes, "Well, as a matter of fact, it is not actually a matter of courts. Well, I guess in one way it is," as he turns to look at Etheria, and she goes, "Well, yes, it is a matter of courts. However, what you are being required to do is actually a matter that deals with external powers. Yes, we have our own issues that have tied the courts into this particular intrigue, but your particular antagonists are not denizens of the Feywilds themselves, in a literal sense.
Who
Intruders,
are
then?
they? Just like he's going, just waiting there, like, well, go on.
Well, and as they talk, Paige, you know this information that they're about to say, like the basic parameters about how different planes work. But
Okay.
they go, well, the two closest planes to each other and to your little material world are us here in Thalanis, as well as the plane of dreams. They run very close to each other, and the plane of dreams is constantly trying to encroach upon Thalanis and leak more into reality. Yes, it's a dreadfully unfortunate state of affairs, but that is the normal status quo. However, we have our own factions that pursue and push it back constantly. Yes, unfortunately, they're not currently available and haven't been for quite a few months now. Yes, and it's because of your particular involvement in that which we decided to reach out to you specifically.
Yeah, of course. We'll do whatever we can to help.
Excellent. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Well, your particular quest for this is to journey into the plane of nightmares, retrieve the clarion's call, and we'll be able to return the Wild Hunt to doing its truly ordained duties in pushing back the horrible dreams and nightmares that are threatening to conquer and consume our fair realm.
The plane of nightmares?
Well, yes, it was formerly the plane of dreams, but the spirits that resided there, the Kori, apparently had their own little civil war, and the ones that were more beneficent than others have fled to attune themselves with your Kalishtar, and the ones that remain are considerably more malign in their intentions.
I see. So getting this item back, will help the hunt to keep these creatures at bay. Am I understanding this correctly?
Correct. Normally, King Oberon and the Hunt would be in charge of pushing them back. However, after the death of his Houndmaster, they no longer had the ability to harness mortal souls to be able to journey into the plane of nightmares. Yes, we Fae do not dream, therefore we cannot access the plane of dreams by ourselves. So, from what I understand, King Oberon utilizes mortal spirits to be able to create their own access ways to be able to push back against the darkness.
And
But
these
yes.
spirits are willing.
But yes, so as somebody, as they both look at you guys, slew the previous Houndmaster.
Did I get completely ignored?
Yes. Slew the previous Houndmaster, they no longer had that ability anymore, which has ensured that the plane of nightmares has continued to expand itself without anything to stop it.
Oh dear. All right, so we have to rectify our mistakes.
Hold on. What we did wasn't a mistake. We didn't have a choice. So don't give them an. This isn't our bad. They're just giving us a job, okay?
Right.
What are we talking about?
Well, we've encountered this Houndmaster that they're talking about, and we killed him. Sess and I did. So seems that had some larger effects than I guess we anticipated. But
was he doing bad things?
mean, they were
He
attacking.
was killing people, yeah.
Yeah.
Then, in all your knowledge, you did the right thing.
Yes. I will not disagree with that, but we have
Even
to
good choices have consequences, so I suppose it's time to deal with them.
exactly. So let's find this item so things on this side of the universe can return to normal.
Yes, it is very important because as the Wild Hunt is not active and the Lannis is being consumed, it has also prevented my ruler, my liege, Queen Titania, from ceding the throne from summer to winter. And so she has refused to do such until the matter is resolved, which unfortunately is having negative impacts upon Alanis itself as well as your particular plane. You
I
may
did
have
wonder about that.
Oh,
You-
goodness.
you may have noticed that it's been unseasonably warm where you all live.
I thought that was just the effects of late stage capitalism, but
It's been
I could have
getting warmer.
sworn it was because of global warming, but
Uh,
It always seems a bit chilly to me.
So,
So
we
it's just-
need to get this resolved so that it can pass to my liege's control of the throne and the seasons can return to balance.
right. So, very important job then. Okay. Um, everyone feeling okay about this?
No use worrying about it. Let's just do it.
I mean, I know we did do it, but I guess we'll try to unwind it. Make things
Again,
better.
we did not do it. I mean, think of the consequences the Houndmaster did with all the fucking lives he took, alright?
Yeah, no, I don't think what we did was wrong at all. We were protecting people. It was the right thing to do, but
Says is
mean-
gonna quickly pull, like, Paige and Jubians and is like, listen, this is the Fae. Do not give them an inch. They will take a mile from you, okay?
Yeah.
Right. So we just get the item, retrieve it, get our reward, and that'll be it.
The two Fae kind of clap for a moment as they smile and go, "Oh, the mortals are having moral panic. It's delicious."
we should definitely get out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. Okay, yep. Where do we go?
Excellent. Well, since you're already working for us and have agreed to your soul gears, we might as well actually introduce ourselves properly. I am the Red Cap, the Knight of Summer. And he bows. And then
I thought redcaps were smaller and wore iron boots.
I
I think more of the mushroom.
believe that, in fact, what you happen to know about the Fae is probably a bit more limited than what I do. As he smiles at Malral. He is not a red cap, he is the red cap. And he does, I did describe, he has big, fucking knee-high hobnail boots. And then-
Mushroom Man.
Mushroom Man. And Etheria will curtsy deeply, and she goes, "And I am the Banshee, the Knight of Winter."
Fru will bow very reverentially to them, as sort of like winter being important to them for reasons. We'll get to it.
Okay, so starting off with fake names at the start of this job, that's always a great sign. But it's nice to formally meet you.
Yes, it is. You have to forgive us. It is in our nature to, toy with what your perceptions are.
Of course. Well, so long as you steer us in the correct direction as to where we should retrieve your atom, we will get this resolved as soon as possible.
Of course, and we have ensured that you are all incredibly capable of executing this to your full abilities. The Knight of Shadow has been watching you all along.
The what?
As you say this, Jubilee, you look up past your shoulder, and floating above you is a kind of androgynous, like Twinkie figure with big cat's ears, and their hands are these enormous paw claws, and they've got big flapping wings and a skull on their chest, and they've got big bright purple cat's eyes, and he gives you a big smile.
Prince?
Well, half right. I am Ikashi, the Prince of Cats and Knight of the Raven Queen. Although I guess in common you would mispronounce it as Kate Sith.
You got taller.
You were a person this whole time.
I was not a person. I was me. Always me.
Flashback to all the time she's changed in front of him.
Yup, absolutely. Wow. Okay. Oh. This is a interesting development. Okay.
I like your new outfit.
Oh, thank you. Always a pleasure to be able to preen and show off. And he takes one of his enormous claws and kind of, strokes his ear with it.
I'm not entirely surprised by this.
What? You're not surprised? He was a cat.
Yes, and we also had a lovely changeling companions that could turn into whatever they wanted. Faye.
Yeah, but he was a cat.
I technically am still a cat, to be specific.
I'm a cat.
Yeah,
Also a cat.
Well,
but not
you're a
like
shifter. Let's be
cat,
honest.
not like a little cat. He was a
I'm a
little
reptile.
cat.
This is a little guy. Just a little dude.
He'll drape his big paw claws over Jubilee's shoulders and nuzzle against her face like he did when he was a cat.
Oh my. Okay.
Jubilee, I'm sorry to tell you this, but if you're against animals, you're in a party with 3 cats and a reptile.
That is not what I'm saying at all.
I do want to ask this. Can you always talk? Were you just not talking to just be like a dick?
No, it's a lot of work to channel that much magical energy to be able to retain more capabilities from my true form. So it's just easier just to meow and gets the point across.
You're asking this for something else, Cess?
Cess is gonna point at her Jack and go, "You could learn a lot from him."
Oh dear, we better go away before she starts another conspiracy theory.
So
Jason's
all the
gonna fly over to Cess for a moment and get right in her face and be like, you really should be careful of that jacket. The Delkir will consume you body and soul. It's only a matter of time.
That's a what? Cess immediately. It's like what? Confused. He wouldn't do that to me. He's my friend.
You make strange friends, and then he sneezes in your face. Sorry.
God, he is a cat.
The Prince of Cats.
So
Aurel pulls out a cat treat and throws it at him.
Now that's just demeaning.
So
You liked it when you were on 4 legs.
It was fun when I was on 4 legs. Part of the role play.
So
role player.
So you've been watching all this time. What were you watching for?
Oh, just surveying you, making sure that you were all growing in capabilities, and that when the time came, you could come here and right the wrong you did.
Fine now then.
Oh,
Well, this is when my sister and brother knights decided that it would be necessary. Apparently you've reached a critical mass of being capable of journeying into the plane of nightmares otherwise.
great. Great. Will you be accompanying us then, or
Oh, I'll be
are
taking you to the border, and I'll be able to open the hole to help you get through. But I unfortunately won't be able to join you inside.
Now, you people keep saying about how you'll help us get there, but not how we'll get back. Would like some details on that. I do rather like my life.
Oh, I should be able to take you back when the time comes.
Uh-huh.
I've been able to absorb enough of your ambient soul energy that I think I can channel it to create another portal back to your world.
You took her
Right.
soul.
And huh?
Now, let's not get all hung up in the details. The key is I can take you home.
great? So all this cuddling, you've been harvesting my soul essence. That's just great. Well,
Is
I
Cess looking
guess
at her own
Is that why she has the cat eyes?
Oh no, I have nothing to do with that. That was her own doing. She's chosen to assume the mantle. That's on her.
Mantle of what?
Of the
Wow.
Houndmaster, of course.
Yeah, remember that guy that I said we killed? I kind of that's the sword I took. I've been using it ever since.
Oh. The one that got really angry at me.
Yep, it didn't care for you all that much.
Oh, I was hoping to test it out on the way to our mission, but portals got in the way of that. I'm gonna try out a new technique to see if I can block it this time.
Ah, well, that'll have to wait till after the job's done, I'm afraid. Business first.
On
Let's
that
get to
note,
it then.
And Prince will just fly overhead, kind of drooping his paws on Jubilee's shoulders as she walks.
Remind
and
me to repair your soul later.
I don't know. If you can figure out how that works, please, by all means.
If I can go from metal to flesh, I'm sure I can go from flesh to soul.
That's pretty ambitious.
Now, Kate, or is there a better word? You said it was a mispronunciation.
Ikashi.
Ikashi. You said that the Houndmaster's sword was capable of manipulating souls in some way. So the Houndmasters themselves were capable of manipulating souls. You've been eating souls, haven't you?
Oh, I haven't had anything to do with the Houndmaster's energies.
So it was, Juby. Interesting.
Huh?
That is an entirely different court. I am the Knight of Shadow. That is the Knight of the Wild Hunt.
Noted.
Like, you would be impressed how much you mortals just shed so much soul energy in your day-to-day lives. It's truly astounding and fascinating.
Huh.
I don't
guess
pretend
I
to
nev-
know any of this.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it before.
Well, I mean, everything that is elemental is alive in some way, shape, or form. So motes, all that. Everything has a soul.
I would advise you, though, that you should probably be aware of a few rules now that you're here. Oh, yes, we probably should explain some of the basic rules, since we do actually want to see you all succeed. We're going to let you in on a few, Fey secrets. Yes, we're going to tell you some Fey secrets, so you should consider yourselves especially blessed.
We don't have to offer anything in return for these secrets, do we?
Oh no, this is being freely given to you because we don't want you to make some kind of silly mistake along the way and derailed this whole operation.
I see. Will these secrets, you say they'll help us, but will knowing them put us in any kind of danger?
No, no, no. Rather, much to the contrary, these should help protect you when we go through Queen's Meat.
Queen's meat.
Yes, yes, it is the. They kind of look at each other for a moment. They look at Ikashi, and then he goes, it is somewhat of a. Capital, I guess, would be a unsuitable analog with what you mortals are used to. But yes, it is essentially where the passing of the thrones occur at between Queen Titania and Queen Mab.
I see. Well, what do we need to know?
Excellent. There are simply 4 rules that you will need to know going forward. As long as you remember these things, then you should be able to maneuver through most of the nonsense and deceit you will most likely encounter amongst our brethren. Number 1. Never lie to the Fae. As long as you do not lie to the Fae will not lie to you. Although this does have a bit of a caveat that merely reshaping the truth is acceptable. Number 2, never make a deal you aren't fully aware of all the terms of. And they both kind of laugh and smile as they look at you guys.
Okay. Number 3.
Yes, number 3, if you say you will do something, swear something, or make an oath, that is a binding contract, whether verbal or written.
Okay.
Breaking such things is essentially putting an open target on you amongst all of the fair folk. You will receive no protections anywhere, and they will hunt you until your last dying day.
Noted. Number 4?
Number 4 is not exceptionally relevant, but it could come in handy, which is that hospitality and courtliness matters. You are not safe in any Fey gathering, domicile, or event unless you have been formally welcomed by the host into their fiefdom.
All right.
I think you're beginning to get a good idea of why the Fae like to mess with mortals so much.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot left to interpretation there, but
You just can't lie to them. They can lie to you all they want.
Well, we do not lie. We simply tell you fractions of the truth.
Of course, I know. Do not worry.
But these simple things should help you if you happen to want to take on any additional supplies or anything in Queensmeat before you journey to the Plane of Nightmares.
The truth is like an iron bar. You pound, you twist it, and eventually it's no longer an iron bar, but something else.
That is surprisingly philosophical from you.
just those 4 rules then? Nothing else of...
Those should be the only ones that are going to be potentially relevant.
I see. So we are expecting to deal with other courts, other nobles, I assume, based off of these rules?
Oh, no, it's mostly to protect you as we journey through Queensmeat. We've made sure that all of the barons and counts in the territories between Queensmeat and the Forest of Broken Dreams have acquiesced to our demands as Knight of the Summer Court. and so they should not be bothering you. But if you choose to dilly and or dally, then perhaps these will come in handy. But we should remind you that time here works a bit differently than where you come from, so we cannot say how long will pass the more you dilly, or in fact dally.
We best hurry then.
Yeah. No dilly-dallying, y'all.
We don't want to spend 3 hours here and go back and find 3 years have passed.
That would be alarming, yes.
Do we need any prep time then?
I think we prepared before we came, right? We should be okay.
How long approximately will it take to get there?
Oh, we should arrive when we arrive, and we will be able to depart when we depart.
Right then. And Malrel, just like getting ready for the journey they're about to go, just pulls out a book of the Dark Six and just starts reading that.
And yeah, as you walk along, you will see a spider with legs made of obsidian and the head of a fox be inside of a web of incandescent rainbows that proceeds to wrap itself around a bumblebee with the face of a deer and begins sucking out its innards in front of you, which is a glistening golden stream. And they all have those green cat's eyes that the red cap has. Yes, please try to stay away from the wild fae. They don't have quite the same understanding of decorum that the rest of us do.
I highly recommend you do not think too much about this in general. It can hurt a bit.
Alright. Well, Prance, are you leading the way then?
Oh, no, it's not at my point of the journey quite yet. I will, of course, be right at your side. He starts purring against your cheek.
Okay, alright.
Yes, for this duration, we shall lead you to Queensmead, and then we will unfortunately be required to journey to our particular lieges.
Everyone ready?
Of
I don't think we got
course.
much else to do.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
All right, as you start walking
Onwards.
along, a series of four-legged golden stone creatures come down from the trees and set themselves into the ground in front of you to be stepped on as you follow a yellow brick road.
Meanwhile, Malrel just reading the next section of his book. He did what to his sister?
And as you progress closer to Queensmead, you see the forest begins to part, and standing like a mountain in the middle of these woods is a very fairy tale-esque castle, like straight out of a book, made of wrapping vines and wood, immaculately sculpted into towers and crentellations and walls and everything. And it is practically humming and throbbing with green face sigils and energies. And it almost, you get this overall impression that everything is overgrown here. Like, there is probably far more growth everywhere than there should be. Like, it definitely looks like things are strangling on themselves, and new life is bursting out of these containments to then consume other life. And that's part of what you think might be attributed to why these wild fae are acting so cannibalistically amidst all of this. And as you get probably a few theoretical minutes away from the walls, you see that the Redcap and the Banshee stop abruptly in their steps, and they turn to look at each other, and they strike these incredibly intense fighting stances. As you see the Redcap, holding his blood-dripping scythe, and the Banshee, holding her scepter as snowflakes and icicles begin to form around her, and all of you feel vines and branches and ice beginning to form around you guys. Please make wisdom saves.
Oh,
no.
good.
Hey.
12.
Oh man!
I
That
got
was
a-
my +6.
I
You
got
took
a
my muscles last session. I
14.
take your brain this one.
Fair.
15.
Okay. I think the only one who's missing is Fru.
Yeah, I clicked it. Hold on, let me try again. There we go.
Okay. Fru, well, this should not be surprising anyone. But Fru, you're the only one who's not affected by this.
It's really just a skill issue at this point.
Quote-unquote skill issue. As everybody gets
God.
cemented into place and you feel the vines begin to heat up around your bodies in a way that is if it's trying to drain your very life force, as at the same time the ice itself is draining the heat from your bodies and all of the life force as well in its own particular way. And as you see these vast elemental primal forces form around these two, it begins to blind your sight as the ice and fire and vines begin to clash with each other around the two of them. And you hear them both shout in Sylvan, Rita, Pida, Sida! And you see all of it like a big thunderclap smashes together as the energies promptly fly to the sides of you guys. As you see them both standing in their fighting positions, their right hands extended outwards, and they're both making a scissors motion.
What just happened?
With that, they each exhale, give each other a big smile, drop their fighting positions, and you feel the vines and ice just drop to the ground and melt and recede away from you guys.
Is that really necessary?
Thank you.
Yes, unfortunately, we are commencing this particular operation outside of our ruler's purview, as we are technically at war with each other currently. Yes, we did swear a vow to our queens that we would fight each other to the death.
Oh. Anything else we might need to know?
As long
don't-
as they didn't put a due date on that, I think we're good.
Yes, thankfully, the queens kept it vague enough that we simply figured out the best way to fight to the death without, maximum energy expenditure. And they do like a rock, paper, scissors motion. And the Redcap chimes in and goes, yes, of course, it is based around the assumption that we will both always choose the same result as each other. That way we can at least keep it, they look at each other, true to intent. But so far, we've remained tied, and hopefully we will continue to do so until you all finish this and we can have a peaceful transference of power.
As I said, best not to think about it too much.
Okay, right.
And now that you are at Queen's Meet, we will take our departures to go speak to our particular queens. Ikashi can guide you the rest of the way. If you wish to restock with any supplies inside of Queen's Meet, please remember what we've told you, and we wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. The fate of the plains is truly in your hands.
Certainly sounds like it.
With that,
Yep.
the banshee is going to turn into an ice sculpture and shatter against the ground as the red cap will dissolve into a pool of blood that is soaked up by red veined vines.
Well, Prince, I suppose it's time for you to lead the way.
Truly.
I was just gonna say, any questions, anyone?
I'm ready to go.
Let's just get this done with so we can get back home faster.
This place is like really fucking weird, by the way.
Yeah, duly noted.
Oh, you wound me.
Well, no offense, Fru, but it's a little odd.
Part of its charms, though. The seasons are
Juby-
very important.
As they're walking, just like walk next to Larissa and show him a picture that's in the books. Like, check this picture out of this weird fairy girl.
Yeah, she's pretty hot. I'd hit it.
It says here she is the god of passion.
Oh yeah, I remember they teach you that in like church, but like I never really paid attention. I mostly just, I'd rather practice in the streets than, simply like sit in like a big building and listen to Hecate yell at me.
Yeah, I never really paid attention either, but Hecate insisted I at least try and read the book. So far, it's kind of fucked up, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I get that. So primary question, do you guys wish to enter Queensmead and buy anything, or do you just want to go past it?
I did all my shopping before this. Unless this is like we could barter and stuff, but I think we're.
Oh, do you
as
want
ready
to
as we can
barter
be.
with the Fae? Let's
Oh,
go.
don't do that!
Sounds fun.
no,
Out
no.
of character, that sounds fun. In character, though, I think everyone would agree. Hey, let's not spend 3 IRL years here.
I could offer you, some nice magic items for the 4th Sunday of every month.
I just want to hit stuff.
We are but simple creatures, Obs.
Oh,
Take us to
no.
combat. We've had enough gay.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm so worried.
Is that the consensus? You want to skip Queensmead?
I think so.
I feel bad, but this
Yeah,
it must be done.
I want to, but I don't have anything to actually do there, if that makes sense. So
Okay. So, with that, Ikashi will take you around Queensmead, and through various rolling forested hills where there are, buildings built out of the trees and in the trees that some of them are trees, like you see like literally a giant hole in a tree with a door. And as you proceed along, Ikashi is like, yes, this place is, it seems it's a lot going on. You should come to the Shadowfell sometime. You don't have to worry about all of these things. It's much more orderly, very without any of the assailing smells that happened here. I hope you like black and gray, though.
I can't say that I've ever been to the Shadowfell, but
Juby looks down at her very bright outfit. Well, not exactly my favorite color scheme, but
They say black is slimming.
Juby
just call her
ponders her.
fat?
Yeah, Juby ponders her thunder thighs, like, oh, okay.
Says is being very quiet now for an additional reason.
Mal just shrugs like, I don't know. I heard people say that before.
But yes, and if you get my particular opinion, I find the queens here to be very childlike. and very childish. The Raven Queen, though, is very mature.
They don't get along, do they?
Oh, no, not even a little bit, but, it's one of those things when you're the reflections and spaces in between, they, tend to be looked down upon by such overly extravagant people as the other queens. Perhaps one day King Oberon will finally see some reason and decide to align himself with her rather than the constantly bickering seasonal quartz.
There's power in the seasons, though, rather than darkness. I don't think I would exist if without the seasonal change.
Oh, you'd probably look much better as a Shadakai.
No, I like the color. The color adds a little pop to it.
Hikashi shrugs. He goes, "To each their own," and goes
So
back. Sorry.
I was just gonna ask that this Oberon then, he doesn't have like any sort of alliance or allegiance to anybody?
Hikashi kind of shrugs and goes, "He is aligned with the seasonal quartz in the sense of he receives a portion of power from whoever is the currently ruling queen that season. So while there is a queen in charge, he is nominally tied to her essence, but he is still an archfey in his own right, just as I am."
So you're an archfey too.
Yes,
Damn.
oh, all of the knights are.
Oh, so you're, I'm assuming, pretty powerful then.
Holds up his big paws and does like the very quintessential like anime nya motion. Goes, "I'm very powerful, nya."
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Meanwhile, Juby to all the times that like she and Cess tried to stuff him in like little sailor outfits and
But yes, I am the Prince of Cats and the Archfey in charge of death.
Does that mean there's also a princess of cats, a queen of cats, a king of cats?
No. I'm the only ruler of cats.
Do they listen to you?
Oh yes, all cats are nominally tied to my power.
For some reason, I don't believe cats like taking orders.
Oh yes, that's the first rule of cat life.
So why would they take your orders?
He kind of shrugs and goes, I've never actually asked them to do anything before. I guess it's a part of my nature not to ask another cat to do something.
I wouldn't think I had the ruler of cats and death having cat naps with me in the afternoon. Okay.
Well, the ruler of
Can you really
cats
be
and death
called a
does
ruler if you
enjoy a
don't
good
rule?
snuggle and a good snooze.
This is a lot to take in.
Very cat-like, though.
Can you really be called a ruler if you don't rule? Aren't you just a fancy cat at that point?
It's not to argue with them, though. With them.
I would not recommend getting on the bad side of the ruler of death.
I'm not trying to argue. I'm just curious, is all.
He's got those like much like a house cat's eyes are like abnormally large for its face. He's like that with his giant purple cat's eyes, and he kind of narrows them as he looks at Malral and goes, "You have a particularly simple outlook."
Thank you.
It was not a compliment.
I'm choosing to take it as one.
Looks over at Jubilee and goes, I would recommend that you find better companions, ones who are better acknowledging your true
Oh.
station.
Well, I will take your advice and consider it, but you see, I've already kind of officially hired on Malrail to be part of the group, and unless he, something goes wrong and he proves himself, incapable of doing missions with us, I think he's gonna stay.
Truly unfortunate. But I guess even when you go off an adventure, that there are always chances for accidents to occur. And he gives you a big Cheshire Cat smile.
Not intentional accidents, mind you.
I do not believe that they would take the risk of having something go wrong on a mission like this. So you're safe for now.
Meow.
It does sound a little bit different when coming from a human-sized person, doesn't it?
He shows his tummy.
He's definitely the same as he was before.
Yeah. Yeah,
You can
definitely
keep the
friends,
shifters.
all right. Oh, okay. Thank you, Your Highness.
He looks very smug at this as he continues flying forward.
I trust you'll be leaving us after this mission, though.
Oh, that remains to be seen. You are all very entertaining.
What was your favorite part? I know that you cannot lie.
I have to say, it's watching your silly little sexual tension and all of the delicious snacks.
Oh, the what now?
Oh, come now, Jubilee, don't be silly.
It's quite
Pulls out the
Uh,
bag of cat treats he has. But you didn't want the one I gave you earlier.
Well, it's insulting when you do it here. I've got to at least keep up some appearances. Lily also makes much better treats.
the tension is
But
quite
what about
palpable.
this? But what about this toy that I made you?
What's the toy?
It's a tiny little mouse with some catnip stuffed inside of it.
He will look at it very intensely. He goes, "It has been noted. It has been noted."
Well, if you don't want it, I guess I'll just put it away.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get hasty.
Yep, that he's still Prince, all right. That's for certain.
Offers the toy.
He takes it. Starts pawing at it as he's flying.
Don't let that distract you now.
I put a lot of catnip into it.
Oh dear. Okay. Maybe because he's bigger, it won't affect him as much.
You see him run into a tree.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And as he hits the tree, you see the tree just starts to wither and decay and crumble down.
Okay. Mind where you're flying, Your Highness.
Yes, of course. I just got a little distracted.
Right. Still got a job to do, you know.
And eventually you guys will exit what you would assume is the main forest as the trees become much more surreal in shape and form. Like they very much go into their non-Euclidean Escher style frameworks as you see a big shimmering wall of darkness basically right behind them. And you feel a very palpable sense of sleepiness as you look at it.
Hmm.
Is this the place then?
Oh, yes. As he kind of puts the toy away. Yes, this should be the border between the plane of nightmares that's currently consumed the forest of broken dreams.
Can you tell us what we might expect in there?
Well, from what I understand, the Kori are creatures that feed off of psychic energy and devour the dreams of mortals and run through them and possess people, so probably something along those lines. I don't dream, I wouldn't know.
Would anyone want some extra protection before going in there? Against any kind of magical influence over you?
Mage armor. Slap.
Slap, slap, slap!
Slap.
Yeah, it's armor of Agatha this time.
I meant more mental armor.
I mean, that sounds like it would be really helpful as well.
Just to say you aren't the ones that needs it.
I will go ahead and cast Protection from Good and Evil on Jubilee.
Oh, thank you.
Basically gives you advantage on everything against it, Fae.
If they are evil or good.
Or are they?
This is the spell description.
I mean, but not all Fae are good or evil. They're
Hashtag not all
neutral.
Fae.
Hashtag not all Fae.
Until the spell ends, 1 million creature you touch is protected against creature types, aberrations, celestials, elementals, Fae, fiend, and undead.
Okay. So that's on Jubilee.
Yep.
Alright, looking at some stats. Alright. So, if you have any more buffs you want to throw on each other?
I don't got no buffs. I'm me.
All you, all day, every day.
Got no buffs on me.
Got my good berries. I'm ready.
Okay.
And just so you know, creature benefiting from that have any of the creatures I listed above have disadvantage to hit Jubilee. The target cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by those said creatures. If they are already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any saving throws against the prevalent effect.
Okay. Alright. With that, Ikashi will extend out his claws and he will dig them into the wall and he will tear open a person-sized hole in it.
To flavor that, by the way, to how that actually looks, Malrail actually just pops you on the head with his blacksmithing hammer, and the small little just bit of flame now jets out of your head. Just a small one, small little embers and things coming out.
Pats her head.
Good thing she's fire resistant.
Yep.
Not hot.
Yeah. Do you wish to enter your nightmares?
Oh.
You'll be waiting for us, won't you?
Oh yes, I'll be waiting right here for your return. I have absolute faith that you will probably succeed.
Spoken like a true Fae. I'll be the first one again. I know this is scary. And Fru will step through.
Alright, everybody but Fru make wisdom saves again.
Fuck!
Oh, okay.
Well, it's because you don't dream, so.
That's true, that's true.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
We've got some high rolls.
Oh, now!
+7 doing work though, right?
Nope. So as you guys enter this like bizarre, tortured dreamscape, it's very much like what you'd imagine, the Upside Down basically in Stranger Things to look like, with just buildings floating through the air, collapsing in on each other. You see like millions of spectral beings in all kinds of attire, garb, and races some of which look like they don't exist in Eberron that you are aware of, all just kind of milling about. And you guys pass through them, except for Malral. Malral, you have a moment where you open your eyes and you are in a classroom. And on the board in front of you, it says final exam, 100% of your grade. And you realize at this point you did not study for this. And also, when you look down, you're naked, and everyone in the class starts laughing at you.
Just stretch out, let him see everything. It's a good view.
We can't see any of this, right?
No, you guys can't see any of this.
They used to call me the tripod back in school.
Jesus Christ.
God.
You take 11 psychic damage.
Was that for the failed saving throw? Or
yes, that's for the failed
comment?
saving throw.
Or is that for like the comment I just made?
No, it's for the failed saving throw.
It's for both.
But yeah, they're still laughing at you, and you realize in your dream you're actually very, very small. Laughably small, literally.
Just haven't hit my growth spurt yet is all.
Yep. That late 30s growth spurt. But yeah, and so eventually you're able to pass back through into reality, but you feel like a portion of your psyche was leached into and extracted, leaving you feeling a bit drained.
I do not like that.
Was there a problem? Everybody all right?
Yeah, it was. I kind of expected a lot worse considering the name of this place, but that wasn't too bad. I don't want to get ahead of myself though.
Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, I hear if you fall asleep here, you're trapped here forever.
Forever.
Where's Larissa's saving throw?
Oh, you want Larissa to roll too? You want to fuck with Larissa? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I respect the play.
Her wisdom is probably -1.
It is in fact -1. But she did succeed. She did succeed.
Okay.
It was a DC 10.
God, I had an 85% chance of passing that, and I still failed.
Nat ones are nat ones, man. Be how it be.
Yeah. Just gonna go ahead and bonk myself on the forehead to heal up whatever I lost. I cast Cure Wounds.
What do we? So we see all this weird shit around us.
Yep.
Back up to full health.
One sec. And in front of you is the twisted framework of what looks to be a hunting lodge with a trail of spears with various impaled animals and people and pelts hanging from them with Fey insigniae inscribed on them that have this kind of spectral translucence to them at this point, leading all the way on the road to the hunting lodge. And you feel like maybe that's where you're supposed to go.
All right.
We've followed the path set before us.
I don't normally like to lead, but perhaps it's best in this situation. You have my back?
Always.
All right.
As you proceed along, Jubilee, you recognize this path and hunting lodge from your dreams. You've been here dozens of times at this point, although it's been much more full of life and kind of savage revelry than the bleak landscape you see of it now. And when you enter, you see the grand meeting hall where you used to see the king's throne before long tables that you shared many drinks with your fellow hunters, and you see the seat you used to take at his right hand where Your companions used to be collared and chained to you, catering to your every whim and being close to you forever. And it's all just kind of an empty, ethereal space right now.
Something's not right here.
Won't know until we go in.
What do you mean by that?
Just I don't know. It feels different.
Different?
It's not supposed to look like this.
We
Well,
are in
You-
another realm.
no. Hold on. Have you been here before?
No, not physically, but I feel like I have seen this place before. I mean, this is the place of dreams, right?
Hmm.
And I've definitely dreamed about this place before.
I don't exactly understand much about dreams,
Should we
but
go around it?
not necessarily. I think just keep that in mind. Let us know, okay?
Okay. It's usually full of people though. So be careful going in.
I will. Would you like me to scout ahead? I can scout ahead.
I don't think it's dangerous, if that's what you're worried about.
Let's all go forward then. We got your back.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Any knowledge of something like this can be helpful. Continue to walk forward.
Okay. As you proceed deeper in, you hear, all of you, in your heads, a voice saying, "Why are you here?"
Because we want to get paid.
Is that it? Is that all that brings you here? Is a mercenary's delight?
If it wasn't for the
Usually,
gold, we probably wouldn't be here.
I'm nudging Juby because she's carrying the, the sword.
usually it's common courtesy to introduce yourself before asking questions.
You are in my realm now. You have invaded it. I simply seek answers as to your purpose.
So you're the controller of the nightmares then?
I am a part of the dreams here.
Then, we are here to retrieve something that was stolen.
You know they're just using you, correct?
I'm sure that's probably true.
Can't go back on it anyway. Made a deal.
Deals can always be broken if you have the appropriate intent.
Thought that was against one of the rules.
I don't think this person is fey in nature.
We are
So they can't.
not the Fae.
They couldn't dream otherwise. Who are you?
I'm the Magister. I'm the guardian of this place.
Guardian. Juby, do you know anything about that?
I don't think Juby does. Do I know?
No, you do not. There,
I was about to say.
there should be no guardian of this place.
Are you sure that... Pardon my insolence with this question. Are you sure where you belong?
Yes, we have taken this, and I ensure that it remains ours.
This hall?
Yes.
The flow of life, not only on the Feywilds plane, but also on the material plane, does seem to be disrupted by what you are doing. Unless there is some other reason that is the case.
We are simply expanding into the places that deserve to be ours. These parasites of yours will always view you as toys to be played with.
I'm sure they would say the same about you.
And
Hard
yet,
for us to make the decision.
and yet you believe them, and you have come here just to put them back into the roles that they delight in as they continue to reap your souls.
Is this conversation gonna go anywhere? Because I'd kind of like to just get this over with and head back, you know?
I'm simply offering you the chance to just walk away. You do not have to be their pawns.
And what happens if we walk away? We're killed by the people that hired us.
I can create a way to your homes if that is what you desire.
But they found us. You know that. Ikashi found us. It's a power to kill all of us.
And it was in the rules. If we break a contract, that's basically a bounty on our heads forever.
You are mortals. You do not abide by their rules unless you choose to.
It's common courtesy. So is it like my friend says here says, is this going to go anywhere, or are we just talking to a brick wall?
Just wanted to give you the chance to make this right and not be slaves to their will.
And our answer is no. So, are we moving on?
Uh,
I don't think it's right to ignore them. Now,
Why can't you? Why can't guys, like, why can't? We're a third party. Why can't you work things out with them?
It's not our job to accomplish your goals either, in the ways that you're talking.
If you do not wish to leave us in peace, then that is your decision. I just hoped that our faith that we place in mortals was deserved.
look, I think what this comes down to is you took something that doesn't belong to you. So we're going to have to take it back.
So be it. I hope you realize their souls are on your hands, knight. And with that, guys, place yourselves in this little top area where there's a
Boy.
glowy
Oh
thingy.
man, combat!
Boy.
Everyone, make sure to reread your character sheet and remember what you do.
As we
Otherwise,
hop on over to the battle map.
we're all level 5, right? Just double checking.
6.
Level
We're
6.
I need that.
Don't forget.
Wait, I think I just
Jubilee,
forgot to
you are-
update the number. Everything else should be up to date, I think.
Jubilee, don't forget you're under the effect of protection from good and evil.
Yep.
All right. And with that, creatures will begin
Yeah, I'm fine.
to phase in around you from the nightmare scape.
I wanted to also ask.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a little late, but can I read the Fey writing that is on the walls and stuff?
Oh yeah. You could read it in Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
It tells about great hunts and the many creatures and people that they have felled over
Gotcha.
probably
So this-
millennia.
This is likely not written by the people that we're talking to, but just
No.
the wild hunt.
No. And so, out of the...
Well, huh?
That's awful close.
Hello.
So, in front of you guys, out of the dreamscape, you see these twisted incarnations of flesh and tendrils and eyes and claws burst out, and directly in front of you is a rippling portal of screaming faces and, consumed dreams and nightmares that is bleeding into your version of whatever reality is bubbled around you and ripping it apart. And then floating behind all of them is a spectral figure in robes holding a staff of just glowing lights coming from out of the robes. And I believe you all can roll initiative.
And
Just
we
what you
DM
got. I've seen much worse in the battlefield.
Oh,
Oh no.
All right,
get
that's
him out,
better.
guys.
Yeah, get out all the bad rolls. Get out all the bad rolls.
Oh, I can't wait till I'm level 7. I have an advantage on this. Oh, pain, Pecco.
That roll, it did not.
Pain Pecco.
Jubilee's so fast, she's not even on a full square. She's
I
hopping
gotta-
between.
Remind me, I have to drag out Larissa. Gallivant -2.
Love to see it. Oh.
A lot of different stat lines here. Okay. And then your girl, your main squeeze. The harpy
Or what?
herself.
Oh, hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
mean,
Miss
what?
Dear.
You want a squeezer? Squeezer and
Hey,
pleaser,
yo.
baby!
Already have.
Not
Yeah.
Malro, what the fuck?
Alrighty. The Rave Wizard. Alright, so first up, the Night Terror will go. What is the Night Terror? Because I have stat lines for all these things. Ah, yes, now I remember the Night Terror. Okay, it's gonna start off by extending some spiked and, fleshy tendrils out to grab, Fruling, Larissa,
It makes sense.
Page.
Oh.
3 people in the back.
You wouldn't look at Fru and think this,
And-
but he is one of the 3 squishiest members of the party.
And Malral, sorry. Those are all 4 people in the back are gonna get tendrilled, but I'm not gonna hit Malral.
I'm gonna-
fucking Malral.
Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and impose the one against Paige.
Okay, so you're gonna yank Paige over to you.
I mean, she's already here, but
Yeah,
Oh, you using your fighting style?
it's her heal ability. It
Yeah.
overdid her fighting style
yes.
Oh, okay.
because it's a straight upgrade to her fighting style.
Oh.
So, Paige, you feel that collar form around your neck and that leash pull you behind Jubilee's shield. Ayo. As the tendril will come at you with disadvantage, which will miss.
Is disadvantage against me for the displacement cloak.
Okay. Does a 15 hit you?
That's my armor class.
So you're gonna get fondled.
Dango.
We're gonna do Malral.
Oh, no, what a shame.
I should have said
Misses.
mine later.
And it's gonna grab Larissa. So Fru and Larissa are grabbed. So you're
Okay.
grappled, you're restrained,
Okay.
and it is going to pull you guys 25 feet towards me. Which should be right in base to base.
So I just move myself here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So as the tendrils fly out and grab you guys, who get pulled over as mouths begin to appear in this thing's fleshy form, and it is going to try and eat you through.
Oh.
It's going to take a bite out of crime.
Oh, I know what this is. I ran this against against a level 1 player.
All right, Fru, an 18 hits you.
Yep, that's right.
Take 25 damage
Okay.
as it rips into your flesh and your psyche at once, and you feel yourself fragmenting mentally inside of this thing.
Oh,
As
jeez.
all you see are fires around you and the screams of your friends and family burning.
Mm.
That was that. Paige, it is your turn.
Oh god, okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that is currently biting on Fru with a 2nd level acid arrow.
Alright, splish splash.
Won't the splash hurt your friends?
No, it doesn't.
It's not an AoE.
Yeah.
Does
18 to hit
acid
it?
arrow singular?
Does an 18 hit? That's a very good question. It does.
Okay, great. So that would be 9 acid damage.
Okay. Alright. So your little...
And gonna shift.
You're gonna do your battle shift.
Do what about?
What did
Doesn't
that
that
give me more
damage
temporary hit
to,
points?
Doesn't
What was
acid arrow do more on top of that?
Hold on, let me take it. Okay, it takes 4d4 acid damage immediately and then 2d4 acid damage when at the end of its next turn.
That's what that 5 is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the dice, it makes sense. Alright, so yeah, you splash it, you see its form begin to bubble and sizzle underneath the gloop glop. But it just starts mutating around it and still seems to be pretty feisty.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and snag that 7 extra temporary hit from shifting. And,
Jubilee, what do?
I smack it.
The big portal thing in front of you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I attempt to anyway.
Okay.
Gonna take out heal, and I'm gonna slash at the portal, I guess.
Okay. Slash the portal.
Natural 20.
You hit! You fucking hit!
For 17 slashing damage.
Okay. You take 8 psychic damage as you cut into it. You feel it pulling your arm and essence inside of it.
Ouch. I heal back for 7.
Well, you healed the damage, -1.
Yo. Does that count as like a hit on me per se?
It's not a hit on you, it's just whenever you hit this thing, you take some damage if you're within 5 feet of it.
Okay. I was just wondering because of how Armor of Agathis works.
Yeah, it's not an Armor of Agathis trigger.
Gotcha. Okay. Ouch. Alright. I don't really have many options other than to just do it again. And hope I heal back.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Oh, I don't know why it went twice, but that's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Another 9 slashing damage.
Okay. Another 8 psychic damage.
You mean 5, right?
Yep, I mean 5, clearly.
Alright.
Anything else?
I was considering using one of my new bonus action abilities, but now that I know it hurts when you touch it, I think I'm gonna hold off on that for now.
It is specifically melee attacks that trigger it.
Oh no, I
was just
am
saying if you
aware.
wanted to cast spells or anything.
No. I don't have spells for bonus actions that would be applicable. So I guess that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. Fruling, you're currently restrained.
I can just phase step out of that,
Yeah, you
though, I
can.
think.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can cheat.
so.
Being a phase cheater, you know. We get
I know. I'll cheat. I don't really know where to go that's safe, though. So,
Safety is very subjective.
yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and teleport like over to here, like sort of behind it.
Okay.
Just since it was so rude to me, I'm just gonna, fire 2 bolts into it, or attempt to.
Okay. Nope. Yes.
16, 25. So
25
yeah.
hits.
All right, cool. So pretty much min damage on that. That's okay. And then min damage on the psychic damage. That's a big 7 damage for my turn.
Okay.
And then
Would love to see it.
use my movement to kind of. Actually, I shouldn't back off that hard. I'll go over to here.
Larissa. Larissa is not happy with her current life choices.
Can't cage a bird.
Yeah. You don't have a cheater way out of this like you do.
Sorry.
She can sing at it.
Sing if she wanted to.
It's getting very nicely to let her go.
I'm used. After I realized that I can't teleport 2 people, this is what happens. The exact scenario.
She goes, Malral, you better come fucking help me! And you get Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
And I have to double check how you get out of this. It's a DC 15 escape check. So. Aha!
Hey.
She uses her action to get out of it. And there's not much she could do there because she can't disengage. Alright. The Magister. The Magister is going to look at Malral, who's being a dick. And Malral.
Okay. Me and Faye don't get along.
He's not a Fae, but Malral, please make a Wisdom save.
Okay. Fucking hell.
You'll love to see it. All right.
Yosef cosplaying Malral. Let's go.
Yup.
And being an extra one doesn't matter, right? So
No,
I can't.
it doesn't matter. It's just a failure. It's an auto fail. So you take 20 psychic
I guess
damage.
being a Bardic Inspiration won't
No,
do anything against that.
no, because it's an auto fail.
Okay.
You take 20 psychic damage as it thrusts into your mind and begins ripping holes in your psyche. And then it is going to look at. Well, it's going to try it to Cess, who was the other sassy person. Cess, make a Wisdom save.
I do not like this. That is a
Oh!
16.
Ooh, that's a pass. You take half damage.
Oh,
Oh, you take 11. 11 psychic.
Every
As,
barbarian's worst nightmare.
as it begins feeding into all of your insecurities and just ripping them apart. All right. Cess, it's your turn.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. There's like 3 very large things that I wanted to hit. Like, this one has Larissa, but Larissa asked for Malral's help. This thing hasn't moved yet, so I'm like, maybe I should stop
It goes
it.
after you do.
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be interesting to see what it does. This thing, it's right here, but him. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's cool if I just beat the shot of him.
He said he fucked your mom.
It's true.
Okay, that's
true.
all. That's all I needed to hear.
Which is especially
Let's
awkward
go.
because she's dead.
I'm gonna bonus action Ridge. This just rolls up the sleeves and like the big ass like muscles come out. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
Alright, you know what? I'm raging. I'm gonna reckless both
Yep.
these attacks.
All right, you'd love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Mania on the first one. That's a. Oh, wait. Advantage, right? I'll roll that one more time.
Yep. You hit.
Okay. That is a. That is. Oh, wait. Ignore the force. I forgot to
Yeah.
turn that off. But that is.
Should be 11 because of
Yeah,
your
11,
rage.
11. Yeah.
Unless your rage is
on
up to +3 already. I don't know when it
No,
upgrades.
it is 11.
Okay, so you hit once.
Okay, next attack, I'm still recklessing. Here we go. 28.
Hits.
Yep. That is 13 slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you start tearing into him, and you see the energy just kind of dissipate as your razor sharp fists start ripping him apart, and you feel a psychic scream in your head.
I keep powering through thinking the scream will stop as long as he stops. Stop breathing, I stop thinking.
That's a theory. Alright, the Night Terror is going to walk forward. And it is going... Or the Night Horror, sorry. The Night Horror is walking forward. And it is going to try and...
I see where you got the staff block.
Yeah, it's going to try and impotently try and hit you.
You've already given up at hitting, Malrel. I love it.
Yeah. 21 and a 10.
That misses, and that misses.
Whoop, glad we went over this. Valorel.
Oh my
It
god.
makes up for all the times whenever a DM is like, does a 27 hit?
I'm just going to keep mind fucking you, man.
That will probably work if I keep rolling ones on my saving throws.
Alright, so what do you do on your turn?
Larissa asks for help. What if I move? That leaves page open. So I'm gonna look over at. Did Larissa get hit? Hurt at all?
No, she got pulled in. She just broke free of a tendril, but she can get tendriled again on her turn. I mean, on the bad guy's turn at the top of the initiative.
And these things are not considered celestial, fey, fiend, or undead.
No, they're a different subtype. They are an applicable subtype to good and evil for Jubilee's purposes.
Oh, I was about to say, because if not...
Because they are aberrations.
Aberrations. I don't think mine... Does it say aberrations in the spell?
Good and evil is aberrations.
Oh, then yeah.
They're gonna put Fey under that, then they better put fucking aberrations.
Aberrations.
Yeah, I will keep concentration on that then, so Jubilee can keep getting that disadvantage on to hit her.
Yep.
Bonus action. I can cast. No, I can't cast more than leveled spell at a time, can I?
Let's cheat.
I'm just gonna look over at Larissa. It's like, you plan on hitting, or you plan on buffing us with magic?
Well, hopefully I'm gonna start shooting if I stop getting fondled here by this tentacle monster.
Alright,
Yo?
God damn it, bestie.
I can see a Discord message right now.
Man, would it be kind of crazy if, Paige got grabbed next?
I really tried, but Jubilee stopped me by putting her in bondage.
You win some, you lose some. What can I say?
I hate this family.
Valrel, what do you do?
We kink shame in this household.
I'm just gonna trust that Paige will move, and I will run over to help Larissa against
I'm gonna
this.
try and futilely attack you. Maybe I'll be able to grab you. Roll that nat 20, baby.
Nope.
That's 10.
Nope.
And I'm going to blast this thing with my flame breath as an action.
So what's the deck save?
That.
Okay, so 15. Oh, it's not good at
good
this. It's really
Good
not
damage
good
roll.
at this.
Yay, he takes 17 fire damage.
Blah.
I get 2 more of those. And bonus action. Mass healing word on myself, Fru, and who else was hit? Someone else was hit.
Larissa.
No, Larissa hasn't taken damage yet. She was hit by the tendril.
I have been hit, but I'm fine.
I've been hit too, but it's your boy D12 hit die.
Creatures, so I'll just do it on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody can get healed.
How much?
Hit me.
1d4 plus my thing.
1d4 plus wisdom. 7.
Everyone heals
everyone.
7.
Max roll.
You love to see it.
Big.
Is that it, Malral?
That's all I can do.
All right, the Nightmare Rupture's turn.
Sorry for taking so long. Being cleric is hard.
Sounds like a skill issue, mate.
Get fucked.
Sounds like the fact that I have to change my plan on the fly every 5 seconds.
I'm gonna fondle Cess over here.
What?
Hey Cess.
What?
A tendril of fucking nightmare is gonna try and wrap itself around you.
Oh, that is not good given how our insecurities are already being attacked.
Yep. Does a 20 hit?
Oh, yes.
You take 8 bludgeoning and 26 psychic. So 4 bludgeoning
My
and
gosh.
26 psychic.
It's a good thing I'm wearing magical
Christ.
armor and I'm not like
Yeah.
fucking naked.
Yep.
Okay, so it should be fine. That second power I can ignore. The damage. Hey, Obs, when Nightmare Tentacle touches me, do the insecurities get worse?
Yes, 1,000,000%. They consume like all other thoughts, basically.
Cool. That's flavor text for next turn.
Alrighty. And then it's gonna, it only gets the one pseudopod. So the Night Terror, already got you guys here. It's gonna try, it's got four tendrils. It's gonna do Malral, Larissa, disadvantage against Jubilee, and then at Paige. Do you wish to intervene in Paige's favor again?
I think
Jubilee?
I would. Yeah.
Okay, so you keep Paige firmly collared and leashed at your side. As we're gonna go the attack against Malral.
I just remembered mine or something. That it took the 4 acid at the start of its turn, or 5, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, the 5 acid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the end of his turn, wasn't it?
Yeah, at the
It's
end of
taking
its
5
turn.
damage regardless. It misses Larissa. Disadvantage against Paige. Does a 13 hit you, Paige?
Mage armor.
bestie.
Mage armor. Okay,
Not with my mage armor.
a disadvantage against Jubilee. Nope. It would have hit you with the main one otherwise, so thank Malral for his protection from good and evil. So,
Thank you.
so all of the tendrils missed, which makes him big sad. So he is going to try and take a big bite out of Malral foolishly. Does 25
Well-
hit you?
I think so. Let me double check.
I
to
would
make sure
hope
I'm-
so. I don't think you're that tanky.
Wait, level 6?
Okay, let me see if I
yeah,
have the shield spell. Hold on a second.
I was debating actually.
Uh,
Do you want to get grabbed by that thing?
Do you have
Maybe,
shield
maybe you
as
do
a-
actually.
As a cleric?
I think Forge Cleric might get it.
I could have taken a feat last.
Oh,
okay.
So you don't have it. Is the important part.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was saying. I was like, I was thinking about it, but I didn't.
are you trying to tell me you just got hit?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Holy-
25
been hit.
Everyone's
piercing.
getting hit, okay? We're only human.
Cool.
Nom 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 nom. As it crunching your armor, and all of its teeth go through your armor and into your brain.
I am so glad I don't have to roll for concentration.
Yep. Paige, you're collared and leashed. What do? There's a big scary thing in every direction of you.
First of all, Ayo. Second
Hey
of all,
yo.
okay. Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna try to at least get in like. I can't really go anywhere, but I'm gonna see about attacking the thing that Cess is attacking.
The flying
that
thing
look-
or the giant portal?
The guy,
Okay. The floating
man.
guy.
the man, because
The
that
man, the
looked-
myth, the legend. Let's go.
the man, the guy. So we're gonna do that. We're going to do a good old chromatic orb at 3rd level.
Okay, unleash your Orby.
Unleash my orbs.
Hey yo. Paige
Stop.
unleashing her orbs in combat? What?
I
Nat
hate
20?
it. Not 20.
Holy shit, bestie! Massive orb action.
Yeah, you fucking thrusting those.
You actually hit with it.
heaving
Fantastic.
orbs.
Here.
Damn.
So-
That's.
Paige just fucking tit smashing this guy with her huge orbs of acid. For the first time in several adventures.
I know this thing never hits.
So it's 28 damage. Ooh,
Uh.
boy, that's a spicy meatball.
Sad because that's a low roll.
Right.
Oof.
Oh.
But
Hey,
yeah,
listen, hey, that's all we need out here.
That's what we want.
Paige, you also get a incredibly shrill psychic scream in your head, which it feels like it would burst your eardrums, except it's coming from inside your skull, as you see parts of this form begin to dissolve into just smoke that's consumed by the nightmarescape around it. And as you damage it, you see that the cabin begins to flicker a bit, and you see some fey light return to it slowly as this thing's taking damage. What do you do with your bonus?
I think I only have shifting as a bonus, so yeah. We're good. We good.
Okay, Juby, it's your turn.
All right. Knowing that the portal hurts me, I'm now gonna. Oop, wrong thing. I'm gonna go around to help Cess curb stomp this guy.
Fuck this man in
Help him curb stop this guy. All right.
Threw back to the pillar, just watching everybody just like beat the shit. I was like, oh, I guess that.
I guess we're JoJoing this.
What's that JoJo mean?
Yep.
Exactly. So
All right, Juby
we're
attack.
gonna try to hit him.
Jubilee just there being fake, Fey-sized, and just like,
That is a dirty 20 to hit
Oh, that hits.
for 13 slashing damage.
Yep.
Big damage.
You love to see it. Love
And-
to see it.
I'm gonna do it again.
All right, another one.
14.
That misses.
Ah, poo. That's all right because now I will use my other ability and I'm gonna look at Cess and be like, Cess, keep doing what you're doing. Keep them punches coming. And Cess, you get another punch on this guy.
Okay. I'll take a
Punch.
swing as best as I can while surrounded by nightmare fuel. Still right. Wait, can I reckless when it's not my turn? It has to be my turn. Yeah, it has to be my turn. So this will be normal.
I think it's just on an attack, isn't it?
No, it says it when on your turn, meaning that it has to be
Okay, you hit.
15 more damage.
And you can add a d8 from me.
Do you want to roll it, or do you trust me with it, Maris?
You just rolled a 23!
It says if the attack hits, the ally can roll a d8, so you have to be the one to roll it.
Okay, I will be very
Color is
careful.
on
with that.
you. You
Roll it.
roll it.
There we go.
Oh.
That's what I expected.
Wow. Typical Sith.
But yeah,
I'm doing my best, guys.
Cess.
Surrounded by nightmare.
through all the sadness and hatred you're feeling right now in your psyche, you feel like there's a level of reassurance as at least in your head there is a collar around your neck, and you feel Jubilee's words like very much punching through all of the chaos and sadness and almost driving you to act without you even consciously thinking about it, as if her every command is something you should be acting upon.
I'm noting that collar line.
Ayo.
It's happened.
Furling.
Yeah. Okay. I, as I said, just back against the pillar, just seeing everybody just beat the shit out of him and seeing the light change, just like, okay, it's that guy. And yeah, I'm going to. Oh, actually, hold on one second. Let me read something. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and load one of the special bullets. I don't know if it actually matters, or special one.
Yep.
And I'm gonna blast them up a little bit.
Okay.
19.
That will hit.
So 6 plus 2. Oh, that's the natural 20.
Yeah.
So, and then the dreadful strike. So another 3.
These
So
are the
9
indecisive
damage. Gotcha. No problem. but I'll roll the 1d4 for the bolt if it matters. It's 2.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough.
And then pump another just regular bolt right into him.
Yep.
25
Hits.
for another 6. Man, I cannot roll above a 6 for my damage.
You love to see it.
And then bonus action hand crossbow. Do it again. That does not hit.
Nope, that does not hit. Anything else?
That's all my attacks. So I'm just gonna continue to just kind of be tactical and just get behind here.
All right, Larissa's turn. She's gonna look at Sass and be like, "Bitch, you better fucking kill that thing!" You get Bardic Inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
As she's gonna shoot this thing in front of her, fondling her.
She got out of it, though, didn't she?
What?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I know, but it was trying to fondle her. But
That's the important.
you never forget.
All fondling is bad without consent. Oh, hey yo!
Hey, yo?
No?
She's
That's
doing
our-
it.
That's our bird girl.
Yeah, she goes, "Fuck you, you tentacle bitch!" And she fucking, flies up and just buries an arrow right into one of the eyes that burst out of the flesh of this nightmare creature, and you see it just rupture into smoke as it also begins to scream. Right? Would love to see it. The Magister! Cess, make a wisdom save.
I don't like these. 16 again,
Ooh,
baby!
you pass, baby!
Thank you, sticky black suit.
10 psychic damage.
Oh, okay.
And then
Still hurts.
Fruling, make a wisdom save.
Okay. This isn't the count as a charm or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
This is literally just mind tearing you apart.
Yep. 17.
Okay, so half damage. So
Okay.
11. That's all he can do on his turn. Cess.
Is it fun if I do a little bit of flavoring for y'all?
Okay. You could add a little spice, a little sugar and spice.
Just a little scene, because this has been set up really well.
Okay.
So it says this entire time has been having to relive all of her past anxieties and traumas. And while the collar did bring some joy, it unearthed a memory of her devoting way too much of herself to another person. And as the pain keeps going and going, she gets pulled back into this space in her head where it's nothing but the stars and the empty black void. And finally at comfort she sleeps. And in that void, 2 white eyes open as it flashes back to Cess, nearly mind broken, but then the suit takes over. So yeah, I'm gonna bonus action Eldritch Claw Spikes,
Okay.
and then Reckless attack this guy. So these are made with advantage.
Yep.
I gotta turn on the Eldritch Maul. 21 hit.
Yep.
Okay, so that is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack, Reckless.
Yep.
24 hit.
Do you want to add your bardic damage to this?
To the damage roll?
Yeah, she's a Valor Bard.
Yeah, I was debating if I should say that for a nat 20, but yeah, wait, fuck, fuck this guy.
Fuck.
How much is it? It's a D6, right?
D8.
D8. Okay. Fuck this man in particular. That is another 21 points of damage.
Cess, how do you want to limit break this thing?
As says, is nearly mind broken.
Unload.
Dude. She the suit takes over and it maws off the nightmare tendril that was on her, and then she fucking quick steps into him, grabs him by the face, and then smashes him into the steps behind him twice. And then, even though he's dead, she keeps going and going way more than Cess normally would have. Because this isn't her, this is the suit.
Alright, as Cess starts, curb stomping this thing over and over again, you see its glows begin to just smash into smoke and smoke and smoke until it's just robes that then disintegrate in turn. And as this thing disintegrates, you see the rest of the Fey light begins to burst throughout this entire hunting lodge. And as it encroaches in the area, you see it start spears and arrows start coming out of the walls and impaling the various nightmare creatures around you, as their forms begin to evaporate and disintegrate. And then a multicolored blue, purple, and green flame starts in the hearth of the fireplace as everything around you is gone, and you are now in the meeting hall that is entirely empty.
Huh.
As the body dissipates, says like excuse me. I don't know what to call this. We'll call it Black Cat because that's simple. Even though the body's gone, one more fist on the ground, leaving a crater, and the suit is going to stay on for some time. She is not interacting with the party.
And you see behind the creature is a hunter's horn engraved with fey sigils and pictures of primal savagery and hunting. Jubilee, you immediately recognize this as Clarion's Call, the Horn of the Wild Hunt.
That's it then.
Do you want me to take it?
No, it's okay. I got this one. Thank you, Fru.
All right.
She'll before doing so, she's gonna go over to Cess first and just do a little check on her.
Oh, so good.
Paige, this has this ever happened before?
So you're asking Paige about Cess getting taken over?
Yes.
Okay.
She's kind of leaning over to Cess, like trying to give her a little shake. Like, I don't know.
It actively tries to like move away from Paige, and the bit of goo on it, I'm imagining, because of the Fey influence over Juby, sort of like squirms and rises up as the body takes a step back from the two of you.
Cess, are you okay? What's wrong?
The eyes like squint a little towards you two as she takes another step back and then does the hand motion as if to say go on.
I don't like this, but we gotta set things right as soon as we can.
I'm gonna basically be like behind Cess. I'm just kind of gonna put a hand on her shoulder and say, "Darling, you in there?"
There's a very slow and pained nod as you feel like a bunch of bumps begin to rise up from where your hand is until they form into spikes. So I'm assuming you move your hand off.
I do.
Okay. We'll get you back home, Cess. And Juby will go and take the horn.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I was gonna add something, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. As you exit the hunting lodge, you see that the area around it is no longer in the nightmare scape, and life has returned to the pathway leading out of it. But you can see the shimmering aura of the nightmare realm like around it, like it's like you're in the middle of the parted Red Sea and it's just lurking there, being held barely at bay as Ikashi comes up to you and you see the red cap and the banshee materialize behind him.
I thought they couldn't come in here.
This area is no longer in the nightmare realm, as I just described.
Mm-hmm. We've left by now, I'm assuming. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're back.
You're outside at the base of the stairway kind of thing. Base of the road to it.
Did anyone else need healing, by the way? Oh, while I was healing up myself.
I know Cess got smacked around.
Yeah,
but-
you all can toss around a bunch of healing. It's kind of irrelevant at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
we're fine. Obs wouldn't threaten us again, right?
Lol,
Not twice.
lol.
You wouldn't shoot us again, would you, Obs?
Do you want to cure
Yeah,
wounds?
in the face.
So
that a yes or no?
I
It's
don't
okay.
think they.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you right
Okay.
now, it doesn't matter, Libra.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
And they all the Fae have big smiles. They see you holding the horn.
Well, did what you asked.
Oh, congratulations are in order. You've succeeded far quicker and with significantly less loss than we had assumed you would be capable of.
Who was that person? That entity, I should say.
Oh, that was very likely one of the Kori. I would not pay it any mind.
The Kori?
Yes, they're the spirits that inhabit the plane of nightmares.
They certainly don't like you.
You could say the feeling is mutual. Now,
Begged us to
We hurry
turn
this
on you.
along a bit. No offense, but every minute could be a year.
come. Please, give us the horn. As the Banshee extends out her frostbitten hands.
Juby will very hesitantly hand it over.
Okay. And as she takes it, she gets a big smile.
God.
And she will hand it to the red cap, respectfully, and he will blow it. And you guys don't actually hear anything. But then mists begin to flow in around you, and the rest of the forest begins to get hazy and difficult to see. And the red cap will smile at you all and say, "Oh, thank you for your service. Now we can speak to our lieges and get the seasons to return to the proper cycle. You will be compensated upon your return to the material plane." It was a pleasure working with you.
I must say, 750 gold to restart the cycle does seem a little off.
They both shrug as they begin to fade into the ground.
Damn.
Yeah.
I tried.
Hey, we're dealing with the Fae, but I don't know. This place makes me so uneasy. I'm just ready to go home.
You see glowing eyes appear in the mists around you. Pairs of blue and green eyes staring at you from the shadows. As you hear the faint clip-clopping of hooves. And
Oh
then
boy.
out of the mist, you see a hulking figure of an enormous spectral kind of elk-like creature, but it's got wolf's claws and enormous serrated antlers, but big bear-like teeth. And on its back is a figure that makes even the most hardened of you feel a particularly visceral, primal sense that you are prey and you are about to be hunted down by a predator, and there is no way to escape it. As an enormous, cloaked and leathered figure of bristling muscle and two sets of enormous serrated claws, easily the size of Cess, and then two more humanoid elven arms deeper on their torso, which are holding an enormous spear that extends probably 15 feet long. And out of its cavernous hood are that same one green and one blue glowing cat's eye that reminds you of Jubilee, as it also has antlers coming out of its out of the hood and stretching out into the space above it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
"You have my thanks," says the deep voice atop the elk.
You're welcome.
I am King Oberon of the Wild Hunt, and now we may return to ride.
Fru immediately kneels down upon hearing the name.
Looks at all of you, and then looks at Jubilee. The time has come. You have become one with the mantle. It is now time for you to make the most important choice that you can ever make. All you must do is swear your fealty to me and become my knight, and you shall ride eternal, wreathed in glory across the plains. Do you accept the burden that I place upon you and reap the rewards that come with it, my knight?
I didn't realize I had this little time left. And she'll just look at the group.
What? Jubilee, what does he mean by that?
You remember how we were told not to make a deal unless we knew what it was we were promising?
The sword.
Yeah.
I could still try and fix that.
I made a choice a long time ago. I made the choice to do whatever I could, anything that I could, to keep you all safe. And I don't regret that for an instant.
You're not going to go visit them.
No, right? That doesn't make any sense.
On hearing that possibility, Sez's body will walk between Juby and Oberon and actively like do the arms up pose to prevent Juby from moving forward.
Yes.
It's the rules.
No, no, no. That only happens when you make a deal in the Fey realm itself. Shubi,
True.
everyone still needs your protection.
My goal was to keep you all safe and to keep you all strong enough till this day came. Remember how I said I trusted you, Fru? I trust you all to take care of them.
What I don't understand. You're gonna go away forever? You're gonna stay here?
I have to. I have to. I knew this day was coming. That hole there. It's mine.
Malrail takes a step forward. Is this what you want? If not, we'll help you.
No.
By
Get the
doing
hell
now.
out of here. We don't just let her go.
Upon hearing Fru actively say we don't just let her go, Says is gonna try to grab Jubilee so they can make a break for it. Very awkwardly trying to push her towards Fru and the others.
Malrail continues as well. If this is what you want, I won't stop it. But even a small part of you doesn't want this. You know that we got your back, right? We can do what we can to get you out of this.
I know. But if what's going on is true, and someone has to take up this mantle to protect everyone else from these creatures that we just fought,
Then have it be someone else. You picked up the sword just like anybody could have.
I chose it. I chose this.
But
I just
what about our book club? There's so many things we were supposed to do. I feel like we were just becoming friends.
we are friends, Paige. We are. And it pains me to leave like this. It wasn't what I had planned. Not so soon, anyway.
Just
But I'm already
turns around and covers her face in her hands.
bound to the sword. I can't wield another weapon.
Fru's going to just walk past Juby and just go to Oberon and just say, if you need someone, take me instead. I haven't been alive for 25 years. She has a whole life ahead of her. Take me.
On hearing that, Says will immediately let go of Juby and then tackle Fru.
No, I have lived a life. I have died. I will not see her lose hers.
Oberon will look down at you two, and then back to Jubilee, just a slow, methodical gaze. Jubilee, Baneshield, Ravamont, do you swear to serve me and assume your life as the Houndmaster of the Wild Hunt?
Remember, Jubilee, the world is like an ingot. You can make it to whatever you want to be. Whatever you want it to be. Don't feel that you need to do what others say.
I will make it as I want it to be. Nothing's changed. I will always keep you safe. All of you.
Malrail just gives a nod.
He's clearly upset, but he's not gonna argue against clearly what Jubilee has chosen.
You don't get to make.
She'll
Jubilee.
just smile at Fru and I know I've got my own life to live, Fru. But so do you. I think it's time you woke up. And you take care of them. And yourself.
Fru is like bawling their eyes out. Not
You
able to
can't
like.
even look. She's just
Yeah.
crying into her hands.
She'll go up to Paige and take her hands away from her face and give a smile and lean forward to give her a little kiss on the forehead and just, you are such a good friend, Paige. Thank you for everything. Really.
You done half of this without you, and I know that you're still you, no matter what happens. Very
You know what
great.
you know what I think, Paige? I think you're going to be the strongest one of this group.
Strong with you.
I think you are. You just haven't realized it yet.
Kind of lean in and hug her as tight as possible.
Gives her a hard squeeze back and goes over to Cess. Cess, can you hear me right now?
The head lowers a bit. Do you try to caress the cheek?
She'll try.
As your hand reaches toward it, it looks very painfully, but you see half of the goo sort of like peel off of Sez's face as you see her eyes open and look at you, and tears start flowing out. And she immediately runs and like forcefully hugs you.
She'll hug you back, goop and all, and just say, Cess, I'm so sorry.
This isn't fair.
I know.
We did this job. How do we get to lose you?
I know.
Please just say you don't want this. Say we'll fight them. We'll fight everybody. Just say you don't want it.
You're not supposed to lie in the Fey realm.
Just don't go. Peace. Will I sit on the beach with?
You know, Cess, I have only one regret. Just the one. Despite the many mistakes I've made over the past several months. That night in the park, I regret not kissing you then. 'Cause I was
Well,
scared.
I'll give you as
And
many kisses as you want. Just stay.
Cess, you deserve someone who loves you without fear of being scared. And you're gonna find him. Because you're one hell of a gal.
So Says sort of just crumples and starts crying at the floor at your feet.
The time is now, my knight. Do you swear?
Don't worry. I'll watch their backs until you get back.
Yeah. Till I get back. She'll lean down just to touch the top of Sess's head, but can't really bring herself to do much more than that, and looks at the group and says, "It really was a pleasure working with y'all. And I'll never forget you, never. I'll see you soon, okay?"
Jubilee. Can you come here for one moment? I promise. That's all.
She'll smile and nod and go over to Frou real quick.
You know, I'm blaming myself a little bit.
I feared you would.
I'm the one that told you to embrace it.
No. What you said is to do whatever I thought necessary. And I did. This is my choice. And I may not have known all the details, but I knew what I was getting into.
It's Ilya.
Ilya.
I want you to know. It's Ilya.
It's a pretty name. You should use it more often.
I will soon. Should come visit her.
That sounds nice.
Ver's is gonna hug them very tightly.
She'll give you a hug back. And before approaching Oberon again, just again looks at the group and just says, "I love you guys. I do. We'll see each other again soon." And smiling to the bitter end, looks over at King Oberon and gives a nod. Says, I'm ready."
So be it. You have now fully taken on the mantle. Arise, my knight, Houndmaster of the Wild Hunt. And you see out of Jubilee's back sprout two enormous falcon's wings made of stars and galaxies and nebula reflecting onto the night as they spread out before folding back in on her back into a flowing cloak. And a spectral horse comes out of the mist to go stand next to her. And one by one, you feel a near ethereal collar around each of your necks opens and falls to the ground before dissipating. And one lingers on Cess a bit longer than the rest, before it in turn also disappears. And now you hear the clanking of chains coming from Jubilee in her new reborn form. Come, my knight. We must gather more to our side. We have much to do to make up for what has been done.
Yeah. I figure there's a lot to do. I'll follow you.
All right. And with that, you can mount up on your horse. And with one last look at the party, King Eberron will say, "You have done well. In your time of greatest need, you must only call, and we will ride to your side again." And with that, they turns his elk, and one by one, everybody fades into the mist. Jubilee, is there any last things you do as you're the final rider to disappear?
Gives a nod and a big toothy grin and just says, "Take care of each other. I'll always be taking care of you."
Malral, standing stoically, just gives a nod as he sees you depart.
All right. And with that, we will end the session here for the night.
I fucking hate this.
One more
I
line.
fucking hate this.
I hope you
One
all
more
had
line.
fun.
Malral goes over to...
Y'all are fucked up.
Maris, you're still staying, right?
Oh, I'm
Player, right?
staying. I'm
Jubilee
staying.
is gone as a character, though.
I
Oh.
hate. Who is leaving next?
I
Lily?
hate you.
I will...
If you
Can I say
Oh
one more
my
thing before we end
God.
the session?
No, we're
Is it-
ending here. Some
Okay,
people
fine.
have to leave. So if you haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch, sub over on YouTube, and follow on Twitter. You can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, be a part of my incredible community. You should also go follow all these wonderful people and go give them support. They're all amazing, and as you can see, they're all amazing role players. We're going to raid somebody for their debut tonight. They're a D&D enthusiast. Their name is Calliope Elande. They're a tiefling, in honor of this, no less. So if you're a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you're a sub, please copy down the knight's message. And let us raid Calliope Elande. Go. All right. I hope everybody had an amazing evening, and I know I had to hurt everybody here right as we were ending. I asked everyone to stay a bit longer because of that. All right, everybody, have a great night and the sweetest of dreams. Bye.
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 Bye.